Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Super Bowl Game Saturday, the Friday edition, but not because we're not going to have a show on Saturday this week. We are. We're going to have another show tomorrow night at this time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, tomorrow night with the Medics as we finish Parasite Eve. But, hello and happy Friday. So says Dolly Finn. So good to see you tonight because we're doing a special show tonight for Friday. So good to see you. Hope you had a great week and are going to enjoy the first of two shows we got this weekend for you. I'm doing our second preview program for this show. I'll explain what this is, because usually I've mentioned the name is Super Bowl Game Saturday because Nikki came up with it as a good name. Sometimes I've had to do cases where I'll do a Friday show if I can't do a Saturday show. But this week is a little different because back in February, Protorov and I were getting ready to do Game Dev Tycoon, which we started back in March. And we do have to come back to that. This could be a more next year case. But I said, that worked so well to get ready for that game. I got another game we're going to get ready for. In fact, the man of the hour who wants to see that game specifically is here. Hey gang, hey ElecVerse, so good to see you tonight for our preview program. Our second one, because I'm practicing the game I know you wanted to see. I know you said last year, I want to see it. I wasn't expecting this. Expecting what? The fact that the show is going live, or the fact that I was going to give you technically second looks to start on Contra Hard Corps, because I know you said you wanted to see this. I said, I know we're going to play this. I told you last year, I said, I'm getting this set, I'm going to be ready going to September 30th, which is when we're going to play it for real, but I said, this game is hard. So I said, I want to do this game right for you, ElecVerse, and for everybody out there in chat, YouTube, and anywhere land, and I will be editing this, by the way. This is my favorite Contra game. It is, honestly, my experience with Contra is, as you saw actually on screen, I'll show this briefly, we'll get into that. A lot of the stuff in the Contra Anniversary Collection, I've backed it up with Konami stuff, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga Collection, Castlevania Advance Collection, and Sunset Riders. But yeah, I like this game very much. It's insanely hard, though. But I said, I know you wanted to see this. I said, I'm not going to half-ass this game. I'm going to do this game right. If I have to practice this game for over a year to make this go, I'm going to do it. And that's what tonight's show is going to be. This is a preview program. Unlike some other shows that we've done, I'm not necessarily going to go into history of the game, but chat, of course, the best on Twitch as it is, feel free to hit me with anything you got on Contra Hard Corps, anything you're seeing on the screen here. And when we come to this game on September 30th, that's when we're doing our full play of this game, feel free to bring it all out again if you want for that. But as I said, I just want to be set. So I said, I'm going to stream practice of this game. So it's going to be maybe even more of a relaxed case for the show than it already is. You're right, ElecVerse, this is a great game. It also has a sequel, which I also have, which is Hardcore Uprising. That's on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. I do have it. I've honestly been focused on this one so much, I said, I haven't really gotten time to play that one, but that's another one that's on the table, which is by Arc System Works, who made BlazBlue and the Sonic Drift games. But yeah, that is going to be our focus tonight. Just to show you this, I've been practicing this game, at least within this release. We're using the Switch Online expansion pack version, at least. 6 hours and 1 minute. And that's just the US version. I've been practicing the Japanese version on top of that, and the version in the Contra Anniversary Collection. We're going to play it this way because there's save states for the multiple paths. But as I said, I've been putting in the time for this game. I know you wanted to see this. I take every viewer request seriously, as I said last week with Bomberman World. And I also get the sense, one of my coworkers, I mentioned I did Bomberman World, he just said out of nowhere, I said that, Bomberman! He's like, wait, you know this game? Yes, I do. And he said, I was like, okay, great. So, getting that stuff out there for it, and as I said, I'm going to give you the best show I can as far as it, even if it's a case of preview this game now, which we'll come back to on September 30th, but that's going to be what the focus is tonight, as we're on the Sega Genesis, which does have this as far as the app's concerned, and they also recently added Crusader of Senti and Landstalker in 5 different languages, as well as The Revenge of Shinobi and Ghouls and Ghosts. They're in there somewhere, but I'm not going to keep you waiting anymore, so I'll play some Contra Hard Corps. And I said, to reflect the idea of me being in training on this, couple things. One, I have the profile picture up there of Doc Lewis and Little Mac from Punch-Out. And I also am testing the HD60X capture device again. I've had issues with the audio on this, as far as the audio sync and it going bad last time we used it for Res. I'm sorry for that, ElecVerse. I want to reiterate that to you personally. Specifically, I didn't know that was happening until I looked at the video later, but I said, okay, since we're going to be using this more advanced capture card for stuff coming up later this year, I said, I want to be ready for it. This is at least going to be just a preview for that. I might do more streams as far as a Friday night like this is just like a even more casual thing than our show is as it is. As you see in the opening demo, we're not going to see much of right now, which is 2-player, but it does have 2-player in it as you're shooting around for it. But as I said, I'm going to figure what out. I played around with settings as far as the OBS that I'm running, as far as the software I got. I am I tried to handle audio delay. I actually split the audio of the HD60X capture device that I'm using here. So I had the video coming out one way, and then muting it from mic, because you can have it running the game audio in the same place. Maybe that's overclocking it, perhaps. So I actually did what you have to do on Macintosh PCs, apparently, or Macintosh machines, which split out the audio and the video. So I said, okay, this will at least be a good test case of that, because we're running Man of Medan in October, and I know we gotta use this one, because this is also going to be a case of we can manage frame rates on games that have higher ones, like we did with Tekken 3. But anyway, you're seeing a little bit of the preview, and after the demo goes, we'll get started, showing what I've been practicing. This one level, and actually, Dollyfin in the chat, was on our first look at this for the show, technically, back in December, when I tossed it in as an extra when we did World of Illusion, because I had the Sega Genesis Mini that has it. And it's funny that, yes, so Dollyfin, you remember that. I remember the great stuff you were saying as far as, like, what do we do with this boss? It looks like he has shoulder pads, and what do you do to handle this? How insane it is. There'll be flashing lights for the purpose of that, just to indicate that. And as I said, I will be editing this for the YouTube site just for the element of it, and I will reflect them then. But, like, yeah, that's the idea. Like, stay in the middle or do the slide. I'm realizing the slide is a lifesaver in this game, because you're invincible when you use it, at least until you come out of it. You have to time that as well and get the car tossed. Damn, this is a pretty long intro, but that being said, or demo, I should say. Okay, here we go. I just had to say it, and then it goes back to the Sega screen. Also, one other thing I'll indicate, I'm not going to necessarily go into history or facts about this game until we play it for our full show, but if nothing else, like, if you want to hit me with anything you got, chat, for that, anything you know about this game you want to get out there now, feel free to do it, and we can definitely do that. As we get started on Contra Hard Corps, we are running the US version. We will be running the US version for our play of this. I might give up service on the Japanese version on top of that. But anyway, let's take a look at what we got. Players is your lives. You have 1, 2, or 3. The Japanese version, I believe, gives you more. You also have a life bar in the Japanese version, not in this one. You're getting 1 hit kills the way you used to. Music tests and sound tests, because the music and audio in this game is awesome, as well as control options. Hit the C button, and you definitely get an idea, like, hey, it's actually changing, like, the hex data down there to change what the buttons are, which are... A button is select, B button is shoot, and C is jump. Also, this game does use the 6-button controller on the Sega Genesis. Unfortunately, on the Switch, they didn't make a 6-button controller version. But if you are using a Switch Pro controller or anything else with 6 buttons, you can use the other 6 buttons. They do map them, and they let you do quicker switching of weapons and also of firing modes. I can go into that specifically. Yeah, let's get started for this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just play through, see how far we get. Chat, if you want to make decisions on the selections as far as path we go, we can do that. I'll also show you one other thing. Show you the loading of suspend points. These are the suspend points I had for my practice, and we'll be using this version specifically because then I can put it down anytime there's a choice we have to make. Either here, 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 or me get into level 4 without dying here. But that being said, that's that element as we got our 4 characters of Ray, Sheena, Fang, Brownie, and that's all of them specifically. I'm running Sheena specifically here, go, let's rock! As far as it, but they have different weapons as far as I'm knowing, and other skills that can be of use. She's who I've been using a lot, but I'll vary that up when we play it. I guess tonight, and also I guess when we do the full play on September 30th. But anyway, so the security system has been breached by an unknown hacker in this game that, from what I understand, is a direct sequel, or far enough sequel, to Contra III: The Alien Wars on the Super Nintendo, because they're referencing something specific in it. A manned robot is running rampant through the city, or as Dollyfin said, it looks like a transformer as far as the robots in disguise. But yeah, we gotta go out there and bring order back to town with this incredible thumping music. Oh my god, it's so good. The damage is hard, as I said. I'll show that, because 1 hit and I'm dead. You just walk around, shoot, kill everything. That's what you want to do. And in my case, like, yeah, weirdly enough, the hardest part of this level, the very first level, is making sure you get rid of the gun turrets specifically. It does look that way, or it does sound good, or feel free to indicate Dollyfin as far as that, as you're like, what am I doing? Why am I nervous to go down? Well, actually, okay, one thing I could do is I could feasibly just kill things and, you know, I saw something. It is 20,000 points to a life. I could feasibly keep killing things. Hit down C button, do a roll. I need to get down there safely. Hit down and C to jump from platform. I just am looking for a safe place to get an opening, because if I get hit once, I am dead. But alright, fine, I did it okay. We see the turret enemies, kill them as soon as you can, and also be cognizant of the fact the enemies coming on the ground are infinite. Oh shit! And also those items. Alright, I got weapon D. Thank God I got weapon D. It is a lock-on shot. Konami was clearly paying attention to Gunstar Heroes with this one. Seems hard. It is. Which is why I said I'm gonna play this, I'm gonna be ready for it. I said I'm not just gonna pull this out next week so I can say, like, let's do Contra Hard Corps, and then come on, I'm doing really bad at it, and I'm, you know, embarrassing it and embarrassing ElecVerse. So like, you know what, hey, if you wanted to see this, I'm not shortchanging them. By the way, I think this game has the best opening stage as far as this franchise, gaming period. Actually, gaming period is pretty damn good too, as we see the first of many mini-bosses. As far as the opening stage, talk about getting your adrenaline running specifically. As far as that thumping music, especially like the Konami sound font that tends to go with this. All right, it's on fire. When it is, it's going to do that. Now, I could slide into it or slide past it, but I said, fine, I'm going to jump over it. It does create great tension as far as what it is. Like, hey, look what's going on in the city. One of the best, period. Well, it is a great thing to see. Look at this. I mean, talk about, like, the collapsing city here. The building collapsed when the enemy just ran into it. Look at the city, or to go to Sonic 06's case, the whole city's on fire. Well, it is, and there's a robot in the background, and shit, I used my, not thermal detonator, my explosion too quickly. But, you're right, it does create a great tension. It gets you a sense of, yeah, stuff's serious here. It's like, yeah, you better be bringing yourself. So, this game is not wasting any time with that. And there's something to be said about that with Contra. Contra tends to do levels, their first levels, really well. Stand in the middle, between the massive shoulder blades, where the little sections of the building are. He won't hit you, then he'll do, like, the dance around. And look at that effect, because remember, the Genesis could not do, scaling or rotating sprites on its own, so they had to build that in hardware, but Konami knew what they were doing. And so did Treasure, who was ex-Konami members who made Gunstar Heroes. I guess they looked at that. They said, we need a piece of that pie, because, hey, there's Gunstar Heroes with this, as making the jumps, specifically, otherwise, if I fall, I'll die. But, somehow I'm living, and I also did get a life, because my 1-up went from 2 to 3. And flashlight warning coming up now. They did not tone this down, despite the fact that there's multiple versions of this, and as I said, after years of them not re-releasing this, I now own every version. That's how it ends up. But, yeah, here's the Transformer again. It's not the unmanned robot, someone's inside that thing. Alright, so, if nothing else, I'll also do this. I was doing this with Gemini 96 today, because, weirdly enough, I was practicing for the practice. Like, on my lunch break for work today, what should I be practicing? Like, either I practice for what we're doing in a couple weeks, or I say, you know what, I'll practice for the game I'm practicing tonight. So I said, fine, explaining what am I doing? What have I memorized, basically, over the past multiple months? They're like, yeah, he'll do the jump, and he'll go that way, and when he's on each of the sides, he'll toss stuff out, and then he'll split off, and he'll cut the building down. Now, what I gotta do is I gotta crouch down. If you crouch down and you're close enough to him, he will not, you know, run into you. Also, jump out of the way when he does that dive, or you can slide in. I've not been doing the slide, but also if you're too far away from that, he will still hit you when you crouch. Especially him in the knees when he's not doing that. Yeah, somehow I'm doing okay with it. This is also what I'm doing my practice shit! I think this is the other thing, is also the quick reflexes, so I get that idea as well. It's like, look, when I die in this game, or anybody dies in this game, it is your fault, but you do have to get in the rhythm, and finally, I think I'm sort of getting in the rhythm. And this is also why I'll do the practice program, because I think I did that with, Game Dev Tycoon with ElecVerse was on the chat for that one, but also with, Protorova by phone. And when I did that, I think it prepared me when we started that game as it was, so like, that's why we're doing it on Contra Hard Corps. I'll just show you, I meant what I said when I said we're giving you the game the best way I can, even as far as like a little preview. Alright, so who or what are you? This is Deadeye Joe. If you want to know more than that, come and get me. The research centers are attacked by an unknown group. Please come and help. Damn, what should I do? And this is where you have selection of option. You can go after Deadeye Joe, or you can go to the research center. And that'll also be the perspective when we play this. I will put to chat specifically, and I'll put to them now as well, what you'll want to see. Now, it is worth pointing out when we first looked at this for the World Illusion play, Dolphin said she wanted to go to the research center. We could go after Deadeye Joe now. In fact, actually, that is the choice that Gemini 96 made to me on my lunch break today. I said, what do we want to do? I was like, your pick. What do we do? He said, I want to go after Deadeye Joe. In that case, yes, Dolly Finn, are you saying we want to do Deadeye Joe then, or do we want to do the research center again? Or like first, you have a pick specifically for now where you want to go. And when we play this game fully, we will show off every path. I want to see Deadeye Joe. Awesome. Okay, let's see what happens. Hit the C button to make the selection here. That's how you know you beat the level as far as Contra's concerned. Alright, so unlike what we saw before, we're on this bike specifically. You have to pay attention to the background. That's the other thing. The background stuff. There comes the robots. They'll shoot on the ground. As long as you're far enough away, they won't necessarily hurt you. And somehow, I'm doing okay. But, yeah. I was a little too close, she'll get the scream going, ah! Which I can't, like that. Okay, fine, there you go. And when you do die, it is a one-hit kill. You lose the weapon you have, or if you have the second level of level A, or weapon A, it's gone. Whoa. But in this case, I was using that, so if nothing else, I get to have my weapon D. This is very useful. Whoop. Also, in this case, so you can fire and forget. It's kind of like the shit. Okay, not fire and forget in that case. But yeah, by doing that, it's gone. So unfortunately, that is your element at the lab. Keep area of the bouncing orbs. So, I mean, I said this to Gemini96. I'll reiterate this again, because after all, he's going to be on the show in October for Earthbound, but also saying that for this game, you gotta understand, really, I think what I've done, ElecVerse, feel free if you want to go into this as far as what is it that got your element as far as, I guess, where did your proficiency of this game get? As far as what did you do specifically? Fine, I ran into that like an idiot, but fine, what I said is that I basically had to understand the pattern, including what's going on with the hand, and then also pretty much put it together so I don't get myself killed. So it's basically understand what the pattern is, basically memorize it for the entire game. Don't worry, he's not gonna hit me. And I'm dead. Or he's dead, I should say. And basically put that all into effect and don't get hit. It's always the case of what's gonna happen and, you know, how do you avoid hits. But yeah, when you get to the end of the road like that, off goes Jedi Joe. Yeah, now we become the, yeah, I guess we become a robot specifically. And oh, shit! I jumped too high. I do always do that, so there's my first game over. This is also I'm practicing specifically, but either way, you have 5 continues as far as it, and you can do 1 or 2 player. I've never played this 2 player. I don't know what that's like. And when you do die, you can select the other character. You know, fine, let's vary it up. Let's run Ray. And here the voice acting is very scratchy, but the fact that the Genesis is able to do this is pretty impressive as far as yeah, you do have the spread fire or the spread shot. So yeah, he has spread shot. So if you ever played Contra before. Yeah, that is one of the best abilities in the game, or weapons in the game, but only Ray has this. So for that reason, you think, like, yeah, just use him specifically. But there is incentive to play as every character, and also, yeah, basically for this, for the ship, I basically just stay away, shoot that when it's not on the ground. Oh, fine, when the I guess the, like the gun turret or whatever it is comes out of there. If it's not close to the ground, he'll do the bouncing light. Stay in between it. Otherwise, he'll do that and basically jump over it. And yeah, the robot is a hitbox. Whoa, oh, got him. Okay, fine. Now it's not a hitbox. Now it's fine. So we're going to the next form. Okay, next form is not bad when you understand the pattern, but it's following the pattern. Because yeah, he'll go from the background, talk about showing off the rotation and the background effects as far as Genesis. Yeah, he'll do that. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Can we see that? That is when you're time to hit him. Otherwise, pay attention to where his arms are. He'll throw the one out like that from the background into the foreground, and it is quite a great effect. But yeah, that hits me, I am going to be dead. I'm going to lose my nice spread gun. Also, he'll do the jump, so in that case, that's that way. And then he'll do his spinning arm, stand in the middle. Basically, that's what I'm doing. I'm basically explaining what that is, and then when he does that stuff, like run underneath, and then start firing, and while you're firing, hit the A button to basically go into shot 2 mode, which means that you're standing still and firing. If you have the 6-button controller on the Genesis, or a controller that has support for that on this console, you can, I believe, hit the... I'll put an edit in for what it is, because yeah, even though this is a preview program, the edit... Oh shit, that was close. It's always close calls, and there's a close call that I had today that I got the sense of, how the hell did I not get hit by that? And I did save the video, so feasibly at some point I can probably edit that in for this, or when we play this game fully. But yeah, basically take advantage of the fact when he's doing the rah 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 there to hit him. Whoa. Hear that great stuff with the audio, the wow. It sounds so Genesis-like, but it is unique as far as the way Konami's games do it, which I think I mentioned we did Castlevania The Adventure Rebirth last year. And it did use, in fact, to go back, I think to update when we did that show, they did use their own sound driver on Genesis for that. Okay, yeah, you do that, he's gone, but he's bouncing, and what'll happen is he'll bounce a couple times, he'll come into the screen, 2, 3, and then he's vulnerable, so just keep shooting him. And I got him. Flash on warning, by the way. Maybe not. Okay, so there's Jedi Joe. He is not dead, but we got him. Okay. So last time we looked at this, I should say, we did get to the research center. I died at the boss there. The idea is that, hey, they were taking something away. The alien cell that came from the Alien Wars, Contra III for the Super Nintendo. But by going this way, he says, I'm nothing more than a decoy. By this time, my friends went to the research center. They took the alien cell. Now, the boss we fought, or would have fought, specifically went the other way, we'd still lose it anyway. But in this case, we got him, and we don't have to do that, but it takes us to the same place next. Now begins the true horror. Damn, he blew himself up. Alright, so there we go. That is stage 2, technically. Oh yeah, stage 2 this way, and by doing that, and if you were to beat the research center, we come here 3 days later. Identify the hacker, breach of security. Oh boy, this is something I've practiced so much that my coworkers know this battle basically by heart for it specifically. I think Gemini96 was even saying this, and like, I remember this part with Neumann Cascade, best hacker on the net. Remember, this was in 1994, so 30 years next year. Wow, cannot believe that. Where internet was not widely seen yet. I mean, we used to call it, I guess, the World Wide Web, but even then, it was like, we had no concept of what it was. I was like, I told him I'm going online next week. What does online mean? I haven't got a clue. But anyway, use a pan to cause a diversion. You deal with your mother alien self in the research center, which is unlikely there's an it's likely organization working behind him. Now I have to go to the garbage dump. They'll screw this one up. So far, I'm not dying horribly, but alright, fine. Oh. Okay, so now at the junkyard, or the garbage dump, I should say, the motorcycles come from the background. Talk about a great effect, and also that idea of, hey, you can kind of get a sense of what's happening, and you have to pretty much be cognizant of your foregrounds and backgrounds the whole time you play this game. Basically shoot them that way for it, and also basically be careful of the robots. The debris can't completely hurt you, but oftentimes they will blend in with it, so you tend to run into cases where you might get hit. It looks like you got hit by the garbage, but no, you didn't. It just kind of goes slow. Also, you don't have the time limits. We're pointing that out, so do that. Yeah, they'll do that. Woo, they'll do that jump, and actually, yeah, the spread gun is working really, really well, honestly. I'll say that. Somehow. But you are seeing the great effects. That's the other thing. So I get where ElecVerse is coming from as far as, because it does. Here's the thing about this game: it looks awesome, it sounds awesome, it plays great. It's also just really hard. And the question of, like, if you want to go into this, and we'll definitely go into this when we play this game for sure in a couple of months fully. Shit. And there goes my spread gun. And I won't use the rewind just to go into that. I won't when we play it, but I said I won't now. Although if I get in trouble and get a game over, I'd probably use the safe state I have at World 4 or Level 4. If you go into difficulty as far as like what goes on difficult game, because we're talking about this game, no question. Feel free to hit me with that now or later. But either way, he'll do that. He'll do that. Rah rah rah. He'll throw out his hand. He'll throw it out once and then do that and go over the other side. They'll do the thing with spin. They'll jump over his tail about 3 times. And they'll go down underneath the ground, then walk to the other side, do the same thing. So it's about pattern memorization, and you have to basically do that, but it's also a case of, yeah, how do you do that with your weapons and all that stuff? The bomb I want to save, though. Well enough, I haven't been using the slide, but the next boss is going to change the flashlight warning. It's just going, I got an extra life. Alright, so now we're going down here. So yes, the idea is like, hey, you know, we got the bosses and enemies to fight, but also there's stuff in the wall. Yeah, right there. Okay, that does take it out quickly, because, yeah, those are gun turrets when the hatch opens. And then, boom, off they go. Uh-oh. There will be a bit of a delay after they shoot, but it's also something that, hey, when they do shoot, you need to make sure that, yeah, you're not hit like I was, specifically. And that's always the case with this game. It's like, yeah, always the stupid mistakes I make. Okay. We are coming up to the boss here. So yeah, the game's levels aren't long, but they're insanely hard, so that's the idea of understanding what the patterns across it. Alright, here we go. Here is Neumann Cascade. I do love that. Do. Alright, where are we? We're in the virtual zone. Okay, this is a boss that has, 5 phases. So, let's fight Neumann Cascade. He start off. He has, I guess, the Pegasus heads. As you shoot him, he'll start rubbing his hands together. When he does, they'll do the dive eventually. You can slide into him, and that causes damage. As you hit him more, he'll I guess he'll what is it? He'll do the dive towards you more. So if you can catch him on the rebound with the slide, you will do damage. And you should do more damage. He'll do that quicker. Actually, I guess he's, actually, it's probably like the sign of the Zodiac here, specifically, as far as what it is, as far as what every element of this boss is, but said, I'll know that when we play it fully. At this point, it's basically, time it, yeah, and make sure he doesn't do that. Ugh. Fine. Yeah, right, that... Yeah, when he just does it that way, he'll do it much quicker. Basically, just keep sliding into him. Basically, hit him now on the rebound. By the way, here's the Consoles episode of Contra III versus Contra Hard Corps. Yeah, definitely a classic one. I will have that in link list. Yeah, I know it's a preview program. I'm going to show that for sure. Yeah, because they're great games. Both of them are. Although, unlike that one, this one doesn't have slowdown the way that does. But this might be even harder. All right, fine. For the Pegasus form, or fine, this I guess is the Pegasus form. Fine, the Minotaur form. Yeah, hit off the arrows. Alright, now I got the B weapon, was like little bombs. And next is this form, where... Yes, I'll find the story as far as it, but yeah, there you go. It's, yeah, if you're at far enough distance, he'll always shoot out, or it'll always shoot out those energy balls. If you're far enough, you won't get hit by them. But the thing is being able to coax them out, so you'll be far enough that you can basically just fire away. And if you're not far away, or too close... You can kind of move to avoid him, but it's not easy. Alright, here's the next form. Fight well, fool. See if you can handle this. I did get spread gun again, which actually be useful here. And actually, weapon machine is very useful here. Yeah, it's just a box. But he launches out the, I guess the arrow of death. Whoa, shit. It'll bounce 3 times starting from where you are. You can slide through it, and as I said, if you time that slide, you will not take damage. Here you will not cause it, I should say, though. Whoa. If you're too close to the side of the screen, you might be up a creek without a paddle. Alright, fine. Yeah, at that point, there it goes. And, yeah, you basically hit that red part. And now the tank. Actually, this might be very good for this. Now the tank, will shoot 6 bullets out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you were standing at the edge of the screen and crouch, you will not get hit by this. I've been able to keep a count. Or fine, you know what? I can just crouch with the spread gun, so fine, I don't have to do that, okay. Benefit of running Ray here. Sheena, you use the laser. If you have the laser, you can stand up and hit it. Alright, last form. Actually, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do right here. I'm gonna use my bomb. Flashlight warning when I use this. Oh, and he dies in 1 hit. Okay, fantastic. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to shoot that area as far as the box, and then the helicopter blade will go in like a boomerang, and you have to avoid that, and it'll also drop stuff from the cockpit, so you can't stand underneath him, but alright, fine. Hold the bomb there, and he dies in 1 hit. Alright, game over for you. Don't hurt me, I'm just trying to make a buck. It's not personal. Save your sob story for the people at headquarters. Okay. Alrighty. So yeah, this is also how better I've gotten at this game, because look, if we played this at this time last year when it was first mentioned that we wanted to see this, I would not have gotten this far in like 5 hours, let alone, Christ, half an hour. Okay, fine, that was also me practicing this today, but anyway, no one told us who's in charge here, so yeah, that's Colonel Bahamut. Okay, have I heard of him? Okay, fine. If you played Contra III, you've heard of him. He was a hero fought in the Alien Wars. Cool, thank you for the link. So Dolly Finn says, yeah, there you go. That's what we do on the show. Expose each other to interesting things that go with what we're talking about, or sometimes don't. I mean, hey, that's not ideal with me. Alright, fine. I guess in Contra III, well, first, if you know the chronology of Contra, I should say, yeah, feel free to hit me with it. I played a little bit of Contra III. In fact, actually, that was, well, one of the first I ever played. One of my roommates in college had it on the Wii. I guess he was in that game. But anyway, he planned a coup to overthrow the government. Stopped in time, but the colonel fled. Alright, there's Georgie playing Animal Crossing New Horizons. And same deal with Switch, and I'm online with it, so in that case, anybody on friends list might be online, including maybe even you. Anyway, till now, we've heard nothing from him, but he's dangerous, so yeah. What's he gonna do with the, cell? We'll find out when we're going to the jungle. So yeah, you know where you are, you're in the jungle, baby. You're gonna die. And after this game, that's absolutely true. Okay, so what you want to do is... Shit! Not that. Basically, you have to pretty much just keep walking. Because those, I guess whatever those are, the gorillas, or whatever those things are, they'll keep coming infinitely, and actually, fine, you know what, they keep coming, and unlike with Sheena, where you have, what is it? With Sheena, you have the seek shot that tends to get rid of them. Not so much with Ray. In fact, let's show somebody else off as I go. Basically, we're just gonna go in line here. Alright, here's Fang. Okay, in Fang's case, he has, like, a robotic arm. Oh, right, alright, his D weapon is, fine, okay, fine. His A weapon, or his powered-up A weapon is this. It's like the spread gun, specifically. Actually, this is also good at... Okay, point is that, yeah, pretty much just walk ahead slowly and shoot to keep them at bay because they keep coming. But fine, his D weapon is a charge-up. I'll show that when I'm in the safe area, because next up we have, yeah, deadly mosquitoes or flies or whatever they are. I think, fine, mosquitoes, because we're in the jungle, shit. And also because I died, and because I got hit and died, I lost my ability to run the powered-up weapon. And you do have to hit these things quite a bit at a time to get rid of them. And without a seek weapon, this is not going to be easy shit. Or, you know, fine, maybe what I should also do is try doing... I think you do three phases of this. Oh, fine, okay, I could slide into him. Like, that was risky, but sometimes with the slide, you do want to take that risk, because those cause damage. Okay, good. Alright, fine. His D weapon. It is a charge up. Oh, fine, you hit it once, it does that, and you hold it up, charge up, so it's almost like Mega Man or something. Boom. Off he goes. Yeah, for this part... And there's AJ. Yeah, he's one of the coworkers as well. He's online. I guess he's not playing anything specific yet, but soon enough. Yeah, because he knows we're doing the finale of Parasite Eve tomorrow night. He wants to, because he knows Medic specifically, as do I. And Medic's gonna be on for tomorrow night's show as we fight this boss. He does not hurt you when you touch him, but when he goes red, he'll shoot. And then the hands will not hurt you necessarily either unless they come down on you. But in this case, they pull the bridge up, which I love that effect. Talk about how they're kind of playing with perspectives and I guess also with what the Genesis tech was. I guess they said, fine, Gunstar Heroes was by ex-members of Konami, so they said, fine, we're not going to let ex-members of ours, I guess, show us up. Because initially, Konami didn't want much to do with the Sega Genesis, it's worth pointing out, and I'll go into that when we play this game as it is. It took a while for Konami to start doing stuff on this console, and then they just started putting like one after another stuff with like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Castlevania. Actually, we did play Castlevania Bloodlines once, but I think I have a reason to come back to it, and I think I should just to show off the other character. Because I played as John Morris, but I can play as Eric Lecard and okay, fine. I tried to do the kick, but it died. Unfortunately, that's going to be what it is. Alright, so we'll see how far I get, but if I do get a game over, I do have a save right at this level, so I might use it. But it's like, fine, for the practice perspective anyway. Oh shit, well, fine. We'll run Fang still. Actually, I guess Fang is kind of harder to use here. Oh, fine, in that case, yeah, because I was in charge of state. Yeah, that was actually not good. Okay, crap. Alright, fine, the fall is starting, and actually, honestly, I guess... Fine, actually, Sheena tends to be my best case. Like, alright, fine. Yeah, that was horrible. So fine, let's pull out the next character. Let's pull it out Brownie. I guess it's Brownie, specifically. We'll see that. Now, he's the smallest character. He also has a hover. You hold the jump button, which is on the C button, by the way. And he has the arrows. Oh, right, he has a charge up too. Well, sort of a charge up, but it seeks on enemies. But yeah, I'm not gonna last long enough to be able to use this probably. But I'm tiny enough, I guess I can walk right underneath them. Alright, so that's the benefit of him. He is smaller, so it means it's easier to hit him. Okay, fine. Now I'm in a safe area. Fine. We got the arrow. Yeah, we got the triangles of death this way. Okay, is that actually, yeah, because it is a hover. Alright, fine. Actually, fine. If that's a seeking thing, the way that everything else is, yeah, just keep hitting that B button. Don't even bother charging up, because you can charge it up just like Fang's weapon. In fact, I'll show that. Fine, because it goes in every direction. Yeah, so honestly, I do have an option as far as what I want to do. Okay, yeah, because you do a jump. You jump once, you hit it again, you go up in a rocket, and then you hold it, and you will slow your descent. Although, I guess this game is not really going to matter that much. Okay, fine. What we're going to do is I'll use the arrows, or the triangles. There is probably a name for this, and we'll have a full name when we do this in a couple of months. But anyway, we're going to have a good time getting, I guess, this game going and kind of getting ready for it. It's like, that's what this is all about, really. But alright, fine. That just looks cool. I'll say that. It's one of those games that I never played this game growing up. And as I was mentioning, it wasn't until 2019 where Konami started re-releasing this. That was the first time they ever released it ever. It was never on even Wii Virtual Console. In fact, interesting thing about that is that even though Konami was putting out stuff on the Wii Virtual Console left and right, weirdly enough, nothing they put out was anything from the Sega Genesis. So, no Rocket Knight Adventures, no Sparkster. I mean, the Super Nintendo Sparkster wasn't on there either. This didn't get anything. Castlevania Bloodlines didn't either. Okay, so fine. What you're supposed to do here is that the enemies are going to come around. Sometimes from the left, sometimes from the right, and sometimes from above. As we're on the top of this, I guess, lizard or dinosaur. Alright, whoa! Whoa, shit! Actually, it's kind of like a whip, honestly, because it's like, yeah, it's going all over in that direction. Okay, and when the screen shifts, you're good. But yeah, don't shoot that, otherwise his, I guess his snot comes out of his nose, and he will hurt you if you go too fast. Okay. So I got boss. Actually, this is where I saw that glitch of, I thought he hit me, and I didn't get hit. That was actually, earlier today on my lunch break. But anyway, I guess it's like the Tektite or, like, a Strider or something. But anyway, they do the bounce like that, and they'll go down the ground. He'll do a boomeranging with his hands or his legs. Crouch down, obviously, with Brownie here. He's so damn small. It's like, yeah, maybe it doesn't matter much, but then he'll also do the fire. Okay, fine. That's the reason to use the hovering. So it's like, hey, I can control the descent, or my descent a bit as far as the speed. Uh-oh. Okay, and I'm far enough away from the pedals I can avoid it. But, there's basically timing of the slide on top of that. So like, it's all these things I have to pay attention to. It's like, uh-oh. And he starts bouncing around after enough damage. Whoa. Alright, so far I'm okay. Actually, this is the part that was giving me trouble when I was doing my test earlier today, and it seems like a lot of times. Uh-oh. But fine, I'm so light. Yeah, that being said, this is not necessarily doing a whole lot of damage, but I don't... Okay, fine, I don't care. Fine, he goes off screen that way. Maybe this? Yeah, he's taking a lot... Fine, he's... Okay, I was gonna say he's taking a lot of damage off him, so... I don't know, maybe Brownie isn't super powerful, I guess? I don't know. I don't know what the stats necessarily are on character, if they have any. Yeah, yet. The final show, when we finally play this game fully, I will know. I guess the other thing is I could feasibly use that hover to jump over. Okay, that was what it was. And I think, because in that case I was in my slide state, I got... I'll show this when I edit this. And that is that when he did that flip, or he jumped on me, I could have sworn my feet were right, or his feet were right on my sprite, and I lived. Somehow. In this case, he's dead, but one thing I gotta be careful of is walking over, because if you need any more indication they're paying attention to Gunstar Heroes on this one, remember Papaya Dance in level 1 of that game? They're in this one too, except they showed those pedals, so you basically have to walk very slowly forward to make sure you kill the 3 of them in a row here. And go to the boss. Okay, so there is... Oh, right, this is the, it sort of ricochets back as far as his B weapon. There's my C weapon, which is... Oh, right, the C weapon is the hook. Right, I forgot about that. You hold the B button down, and it kind of goes all over the place. In that case, that should be good. Actually, for this boss... Yeah, it might be useful. Although, for this boss, it's something that you have to be moving a lot. Okay, right, because it locks on. Right, so I hold that B button, and the red and blue mace over there will hold on to him. But it's not doing damage because, well, we have to get moving as far as this is a 3-pronged fight. You basically have to be moving, and Jesus Christ, that kills him really quick. Okay, I found who to use here. It's using Brownie and using this. Alright, fine. This boss could be a joke. Sort of, kind of, although, as I said, there's another part of this, because what you're supposed to do there is that you shoot him, and then he'll have lasers he'll shoot off, and they're hard to avoid. Now we have to kind of navigate along with him and climb upwards. And by the way, if I hit the bottom of the screen or fall in that pit, it is a game, or fine, it's a death for me. And also, you could shoot him backwards with a powerful enough weapon, or just with anything, really. Ugh. But yeah, Brownie's so small, honestly, yeah, you know, this is actually pretty favorable. Except, yeah, I got clipped. Okay, so fine, Weapon D is good for that, it's just that, yeah, the charge up is a problem as far as what it is, but yeah, with Brownie, I'm so tiny, it doesn't really matter. And if you could stay on the ceiling during this part, that's kind of what you want to do, because that's what's going to go on here. Also, by the way, if the screen on the left, or if the horizontal screen element goes, yeah, you will not die there, but vertically, yeah, you die. I'm also curious about this part, because for this part, he'll He'll go up on the hill there, and then he'll roll down, and then he'll shoot lasers again. But I guess the question is, does this totally demolish the challenge? Well... okay, fine. I got lucky the way he shot that, because he could shoot that into the ceiling and get me hurt bad. Alright, fine. Maybe not. Okay, no, I guess it is. Alright, fine. Note to self, use Brownie here. This makes this boss go way easier, but... And also because I have more of a room to maneuver, really, here. Fine, I'm behind him, so I am safe, for now. So, alright, fine. Each character does have a lot of, different abilities, and that's something that I don't think many of the Contra games at this point had. That I'm aware of, anyway. Yeah, you have to climb, and yeah, unless you're, I guess, Brownie here, you have to stay on the side. One thing I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna use that yet, because he has one other thing. He'll go on the ceiling, he'll come down, he'll start shooting missiles. As long as you shoot diagonally, the missiles should not... Okay, I was gonna say they should not hurt you. I was using Sheena to do that before, and they didn't, but alright, fine. Okay, so this is the last part of this. You keep hitting him, and he will bounce backwards, and yeah, when he bounces like that, he's gonna hurt you, but fine. Being crouched like that... Fine, you know, I probably should... Okay, fine, I was gonna say, show what he's doing. That's what he's doing, and fine, I got a game over. Okay, so I can't completely abuse that, because what he does there is he shoots that laser, and you have to either go on the ceiling to go around it, because it goes in a circle, or you will have to... You know what, I'm gonna use Sheena here, because... Yeah, I'm gonna use Sheena here. Yeah, because they put you back here. They do consider the Strider boss as a checkpoint. Yeah, except, yeah, crap. But the reason being is also because, yeah, I think it might be better. I might go totally nuts in the case of how I'm running with Brownie. And I get... Well, I get the laser, actually. The laser is pretty useful here. And I've done that. I'll also show the parts of the boss that I went past too quickly when I was using Brownie to basically, I guess, make it feasibly too easy, but maybe feasibly manageable. I guess that's the idea. You want to run each character that way, although you can only change characters when you get a game over. You basically have to run with what you got. Also, be careful of the lasers there. Yeah, like that. Or not like that. Whoa. Yeah, I might not be able to get through this part. Okay, fine, I will. Never mind. But I'm getting game over soon, so that's going to be a guarantee. Good news is I do have a save state down as far as it, because it's also worth pointing this out. Like, hey, you might think, well, if you're having such a problem with this game, well, use the rewind. Yeah, fair enough, yes. Or why don't you just put cheat codes in? But actually, the US version does not have cheat codes at all. There are cheat codes for the Japanese version, but for our version, they got cut out. I guess because, like, yeah, this... Okay, fine. It goes back to what tended to happen a lot of the times. We talked about this, too, which is what happened in the 90s, specifically, which was that games would come out in Japan, and then in the US, companies, or, fine, the publishers usually would say, people are going to buy this, are not going to buy this game if they complete it too quickly, so they said, make it harder. So, in the case of Contra Hard Corps, instead of having a life bar, they said, fine, you're dying in one hit, like old Contra method is concerned. We show that with Dynamite Hattie, you're winning that with Dynamite Hattie. I got the Dolphin was the case like that, although that was a case where they designed the game around that specifically, although in that case, at least you didn't have one to kill. So, alright, fine, let's see what I can do on this. Yeah, fortunately, I don't have the... Okay, I have the laser, so I can hit him there. But if I had the bombs, the grenade shot... Yeah, he won't hit you when he does the bounce up in the wall like that, but... Okay, fine, the laser is really powerful. So, alright, fine, that's what I'm noticing. I both love and hate this boss. I guess love because of... Well, feel free to go on that. I guess maybe I would say my element is... The rhythm of it is interesting. The idea of what you're doing is interesting. It has variety to it. But also, it's really hard. And if you die, as you mentioned, getting a game over, you have to go and fight all the forms again. And same if I had died to Neumann Cascade, you'd have to go through all the forms of him again. Somehow I didn't. I love how many phases it takes, but, oh shit, how many phases there are. Fine, I was gonna say, no, I'm gonna continue that way with the rewind, but no, I'm not. How many phases it has, but how long it takes. Alright, so, under normal circumstances, the olden days, if it ended up a Game Genie, that would be the end of the game. But you know what? We don't have that case. Fine, I'll give myself the penalty this way. We're going back to, fine, we're going back to the beginning of World 4. where I have a full set of lives as far as it. This is what I did as far as one of my test things. So I was like, okay, fine, I'm cheating a little bit for this, but I said, when we play it, as I said, I might have to use this specifically to get anywhere with it, but as I said, I'll go as far as I can without doing it. But since we're in practice mode, it doesn't really matter right now. Or I can play the Japanese version, although I will explain my experience with that. Because one thing with the Japanese version, I played that first. Like, first, the road to us playing this game for the show has been a long and storied one for me, so I feel like I should tell you the story and let you know just what it meant, what we've been doing, but also the idea of, like, why I want to do this. I appreciate the request that you, Dolphin, and everybody in chat makes. And I said I better be giving you the best game show I can. So, I said, alright, let's play the Japanese version. Is a light bar, I might be set to understand it. Thing is, because it is all in Japanese and my skills with knowing the language are not what they used to be, I don't know what the story was. So I was kind of coming up with my own narrative before I knew what the story actually was of this game. So in that case, like, okay, fine, good for a gameplay perspective, but then a question of what happens when I get stuff going. Alright, there we go. Yeah, I'm down there on the screen, but yeah, I can hold there that way. And then we'll get back to that boss. Like, yeah, so like how it has many phases, but also how long it takes. Yeah, because it is long, you're right. You're seeing, like, basically, you pretty much are going through the whole way. You can't hit the boss at all until you get to the point you can. It is 3 phases, so you have to do the travel. And when you're on the travel, like I had happen, I get hit specifically and I die, and then that's going to be a problem. Okay, now, also, for the Strider now at this point, fine, I do have the charge shot, or the seek shot. They said it also, it's like Gunstar Heroes, because, yeah, Careerish said when we played that, he said, hey, you know, the Seeker and the Electric Bolt for the win that way, which is true, it's so useful, but it's also something that there's certain cases where it's not going to be an 100% case, and somehow I lived through that. That's the other thing. The quick reflexes, I guess I'm getting that out. Maybe that's all the years of the Sonic the Hedgehog games I played, but also me having to get into the rhythm of what this is, understanding it specifically, so that's why I don't know if I'm making this game look easier than it really is for certain things or not. Or, okay, fine. Oh, wait. Okay, I'm gonna want to put a stop on that, our picture on that, for the purpose of this, just because I want to see, did I just come out? Because actually, yeah, when she goes into, when she is, okay, I'll explain that, when I get to a safe spot. Oh, wait, I forgot. Oh. Fine, if you're not running, Brownie, that's what you gotta do. You have to do that. Okay, so fine. Actually, when you do that slide, when she does that, get up animation, she's starting to get up, that's when your hitbox reactivates. So you basically have to time that, basically understand how long the window is. So, talk about really understanding the mechanics of your game and saying that, okay, I have to time it by the second, specifically, of when I'm invincible, when I come out of that, make sure that, okay, fine, in that case, I was too close, so me coming out with that meant, there goes my, fine, my second A shot. Alright, so there goes, him again. That being said, the laser, I think, is going to be my best friend here. And if you move closely to the not papaya dances, you can sort of get him on screen and kill him quick, sort of, kind of. Depending on what you got. Alright, so fine, let's do this boss right this time. And also, by the way, I don't believe the B, C, and D weapons can be upgraded. If that's not right, feel free to let me know. Like for you specifically, because I guess you have the experience. And Dolphin as well, since you're here. I know we talked about this game when we played, and fine, I guess I might... Did I skip the stuff for the story here? Oh, fine, because Data Joe's in that. Okay, maybe I didn't. I'll see that. But anyway, I know Dolphin, when we played this, or showed this off to start, I should say, back in December. I don't know if you said you hadn't played games in this franchise or not yet, specifically. Or this is the one you had, I guess, knowledge of, or just know the fact that, hey, this is really hard. Okay, laser. Fine. Laser is your most powerful weapon here. But the thing with laser is that, yeah, it's a thin bolt, so you do have to be kind of in line with where you shoot it. And also, yeah, it might not reach specifically, but in certain areas, it's so useful. Actually, I think also here, you know what, I don't think I want to use that. Actually, you know what, maybe I do, because the next part, I think I do want to have my, weapon B for this one, or her weapon B. Yeah, I definitely want to have that, and I guess I got a life somewhere, so that's good. I guess here's the other thing. I get what you're saying, like, versus this, because, like, yeah, you know, the tension of going through it's great, but it's also a case of, oh god, how long am I going to be able to hold out for this? It's like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to last much longer, so it becomes that idea of that great element of, I guess, gaming stamina and that thought of, like, the, you're grabbing your controller, you're nervous, you could get the sense that you're starting to sweat, you're maybe getting, you know, tense in your joints or something, and then you're like, okay, the question of either you die and it's horrible, and you're like, you throw the controller down, or however it is, you're in getting your frustration case out, or you're like, yes, I did it, and it feels great. Okay. Okay, yeah, because it'll bounce off, and I believe it is random the direction that goes, and Jesus. Okay, that was lucky. The fact that it was there and I was able to just barely avoid it. Okay, got him. Yeah, he'll go, so it's like, yeah, for now I'm okay. I can stay on the ceiling, but I want to get off the ceiling at some point. Yeah, because I had it happen, yeah, because, oh, he's shooting him from here? Hey, he wasn't shooting him from here last time. Why did he shoot him before? Maybe because, okay, maybe, hold on. So wait, maybe because I'm shooting them now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Also, can I get up on the ceiling? What I was gonna say is, okay, fine. With Sheena, she's tall enough, so if you diagonal shot the normal blast, the missiles won't hurt you. But because Brownie's so small, it's not a guarantee. Okay, final phase. But make sure to wait until the last missile goes, and there you go. When you shoot him more, he'll bounce, and yeah, if you're not crouched, he's gonna hit into you. But you have to pay attention to this, because he'll do a laser shot. He'll rotate. Slide underneath him. It'd be basically right next to him so you can avoid getting yourself shot. Oh, shit! Or get shot there. So it's like, okay, fine. But by the way, worth pointing out, with the save state, I do have a full set of lives. So I did get here without dying. But yeah, I'm gonna run Sheena still. Okay, no, I do want shot 1 on. Okay, so fine. I guess if nothing else, it's also gonna be a case that when we play this game in 2 months, I don't have an excuse to, you know, screw this part up next, because, like, fine, this is the part that's giving me trouble, which, as I said, that's the point, really, of the practice program, I think. And as I said, I'll do that with other stuff, and depending on how the tech comes back with this, as far as if there's audio delay, or chat, if you're, oh, fine, if you're noticing audio delay, chat, tell me, and I can adjust that as we go for future elements of this. I gotta say, this has made my day because things have been tense. I'm sorry to hear that, ElecVerse. I hope that you're doing all right. I mean, I can get that idea as well, and is that that's what the show really is, and you've helped make it, Finn's helped make it, everybody's helped make it, this idea that, hey, if you're having a lot of things going on, specifically, come in here, even for a game that's as intense as this, here's the thing, this game is tense, you're right, as far, fine, you're indicating that idea of, like, hey, this game is tense, like, hey, for yourself being tense, there's a difference to that. It's my sister-in-law, though. I hope she's okay, specifically, I mean, I'm sorry to hear that idea, but I mean, maybe the thought of something going on to that, so I mean, I get that as well. I mean, I'm sending my best to you and to your family that way, you know? I get it. And as I said, if you want to go in that, feel free. If you don't, feel free to. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to be in a pry case, whatever that might be. As I said, I've been in that case to myself too sometimes as far as certain things. So I'm glad I'm making your day. I'm glad I'm saying, like, hey, we're taking a look at the game that you want to see 2 months early. Actually, almost 3 months early, as it is now. Because they're like, yeah, tell the story that way. Oh, shit. She has to have gallbladder surgery. Oh, I am sorry to hear that. I hope she's doing well. I'm hoping for the best, specifically. Ow. Oh, okay, that was a preemptive ow. Or fine, it was a seconds later ow from when I got sliced by the helicopter blade of this thing. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope she's doing okay, and that, yeah, I guess she's, I mean, I guess whatever it is that they found feasibly is a thing that I guess they found it specifically quickly enough, I guess, maybe. So, I mean, and it sometimes can go to that case. In fact, I mentioned at the beginning of the show, one of my co-workers who knew what Bomberman World was, and I was glad to hear that specifically that way. Might have to stay at my brother's longer to help with the bills. No, I get that as well, you know? Because I know you said you had a lot of stuff going on as far as stuff with your place, as far as how it was, and, ah, crap. Okay, I like seeing that animation, though, of, you know, me getting, you know, what that was, you know, thrown off the ceiling. Alright, fine. No, I get that idea as well, like, the idea that, but then again, you know, crap, I'm dying again. It doesn't bother me, though, specifically. I mean, yeah, but I get that idea, like, you know, the idea of, you know, I guess a displacement, you know? And I've been in cases like that, not exactly maybe the same. You know, fine, Sheen, I love you, but I think we need to beat this damn boss. I don't know if I can do that with her. Fine, I guess I can't do it now, as far as that. I mean, I get that idea, you know, as well. Shit, as far as that. So, okay, yeah, okay, I just want to make sure that I'm doing that. Yeah, I was like, oh, here's the other thing. I don't think, like, hey, I need to concentrate, you can't be chatting. No problem. Like, I'm bringing that on myself that way, because that's the whole point. It's like, hey, you know, I'm playing that way, I can do both at the same time, I'll make that happen. But anyway, yeah, I'm glad that that's a good case for you is that way, but I get that idea of, you know, hey, that kind of perspective. So, hey, if I'm giving you that as far as, you know, being able to ease that tension, getting a sense of being able to relax, being able to enjoy the weekend. As I said, remember, we need 2 shows this week, specifically, and Meg's is coming back. We just finished Parasite Eve tomorrow night, so I'm glad to do that. I'm glad to provide that service, and hey, you, in a way, I'll tell you, ElecVerse, this way, you've done that for all of us, as far as the show, as far as myself, as far as chat has been concerned as well. The idea that, hey, you know, I mentioned this, like, hey, being able to rip the Band-Aid off for certain things, but also the idea of really kind of realizing, I guess, what the idea of this is, that, you know, the idea of this kind of relaxing time, even though the game is hard and is, you know, potentially nerve-wracking as Contra Hard Corps here, and saying, you know what, let's go into this, let's go deeper as far as this, let's give it a personal touch as much as we want to or don't want to. And in some ways, I'll tell you, it kind of helps me, because I've honestly been in tense cases, and I'm not gonna lie necessarily about this as I lose my spread shot, and I'm very sad to see it go, which is that I'll tend not to necessarily air my, I guess, my own problems necessarily on the show, but I will say, like, hey, I've had a lot of stuff going on and things like that, but it's also that case, like, hey, I'll go into it that way, and hey, honestly, in some ways, other people saying, like, hey, I had something going on, it's like, hey, it reminds me of something else, but saying, like, one of my coworkers is like, hey, he had a surgery specifically, and it kind of, in a way, came out of nowhere, but it was also a good case that they found what that was, but the idea of, like, hey, you know, kind of that, I guess, the unpredictability of life, and sometimes in a way that's, you know, can be very tense and very nerve-wracking, potentially, to that. So, I get that as well, and I think in some ways it kind of fits to something like this, and because I always think back, I'll say this, as hopefully I can kill this thing now, or try to. Okay, I think that pattern, okay, that pattern's gonna be okay. As long as I can get one where he's bouncing that way. I always think back to the Kingdom Hearts plays where it's like, hey, you know, you brought this personal touch saying, like, hey, this reminds me of my late aunt, is like, I owe her this game, and also the idea of where that's tying a story. I said, you know what, I'm glad you did that, to the point where I even said to people, like, hey, if they're not huge on, oh, okay, I don't want to shoot. Okay, fine, maybe I do want to shoot. Okay, so maybe that's what I was doing. I was shooting, and I guess I was just getting rid of the missiles, so that's why I didn't notice it. It was like, why were there missiles before? Why weren't there missiles before? But anyway, the idea, like, I even said to people, like, hey, if you're not big on Kingdom Hearts, like, look at that play. Look how ElecVerse saying, hey, I love this game, and also making it very personal. It's like, hey, there you go. And I think in that way, it kind of creates a unique perspective as far as looking at a game, or any game, really, whether it's that or this. And hopefully, yeah, it looks like my feet are just barely touching the missiles. But, yeah, not quite. Okay, so yeah, he will survive somehow, and, oh. Okay, I will still hit him, but I do want to have him in line so I'll know when the shots are coming. Okay, fine, that's what I gotta do. I gotta basically wait till he stops doing that. I mean, I can shoot him to make it go faster, but it's also that case that, fine, I guess it's a risk assessment, really. I gotta say, like, hey, you know, I could do that, but I could also get myself hurt, or in a bad case, by not doing that. Okay, so fine, he's shooting that way. I think he will usually go clockwise, but he will sometimes go counterclockwise, so you have to be careful of that. And usually when he's shooting straight down, it's hard to tell. Yeah, I am just barely on the edge on this one. Ugh. Gonna get him? Flagellant warning, by the way, when I kill him. Oh god, I can't believe he's lasting this long. Okay, maybe this shot is not the best weapon to take him down with, maybe. Okay, it's just a case of, see, I know his pattern, I know what I have to do, but it's also the case that after you do it so long, so I get this idea of, like, it going on forever, ElecVerse this way, which is, you know, with that, come on. I'm always afraid I'm gonna screw it up at the end. Okay, good. I guess for me, he's only shooting it clockwise. I think he does a full revolution. Come on! I can't believe he's not dead yet. I know he takes a lot of hits, but maybe I've been using weapons that kill him quicker. So fine, his raised B weapon does not kill him quicker. Got him, finally. Whew, thank God. Thank God. Okay, we got another choice, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, so yeah. Oh, well, Joy's coming up, because if we went to the research lab, well, okay, this is the end for you. So this guy says. But when we went to the research lab, well, fine, it's a trap. Just as we planned, Colonel. Okay, what do you mean we planned? So, doctor. Yeah, when we went to the research facility, we saw the scientist there, the doctor. But the doctor was on the side of the colonel here. I'm sick and tired of this weakened government, having obtained something as magnificent as the alien cell. Yeah, laugh is so iconic, the ha 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 ha. It sounds so cool, you're right. Even though it's distorted as far as Genesis, it's still, I mean, honestly, maybe that makes it sound better, because of the fact that, hey, they're pushing the tech for it, but also the fact that, hey, it sounds like something otherworldly. Alright, fine. Having maintained something as magnificent as the alien cell, hey, we locked away in Vault, which is true, we did lock away in Vault after what happened in Contra III. He's like, hey, I want to do experiments on it. The Colonel says yes, so I can achieve my plans. I'll carry on my own dark experiments. But yeah, he stabs in the back, so that's the idea. Alright, I'll leave the rest up to you. So yeah, the Colonel's going away. No way to escape. You must surrender peacefully. Okay. Now, we can surrender peacefully. We can surrender and fight later. But we can also say, no, we're going to fight to the end. Chat, your choice. What do you want to do? At least for now. As I said, when we play this fully, we'll show everything. I'd have to figure also what everything is for certain paths. So I'm basically going to do the Guardian Heroes thing of getting a sense of, okay, where are we going? What that's like? And I believe there's a hidden boss sort of kind of at the end of this, I think. And I looked at it in the Japanese version, because the Japanese version has a stage select code. And also, it's worth pointing out, the reason we're using this version is for the save state thing, but also because EdWack has this on the Sega Genesis, as I learned, but my Genesis and 32X are not taking cartridges properly. I gotta get that looked into. So I actually can't play anything on my Genesis that way. Although I can use my Sega CD for it fine, so anything Sega CD runs, no issue. I want to fight to the end. You got it. That was also Gemini 96's decision. And I just want to check one thing quick. I do have a save state here, so it's like, fine, if I die, we can go and fight to the end. Let's fight to the end. Okay, if you say no, well, yeah, well, we'll see you later. But anyway, you'd be prey for my experiments. Okay, so this is the boss here. We do have to fight his experiments. Or as I said to Gemini 96 earlier today, if you've ever seen the movie The Fly, where they have, like, the fly fusing with a human, basically on these sides of machines, that's what happens. Okay, so this is what happens here. You have, I guess, the flies here. They will go in a set pattern, I believe, because I said, okay, what do I do with this? How do I avoid this? Just keep shooting it. It will move slowly, but that doesn't mean it's not a threat. It also means that, hey, you know, might be in a case where you're going to have to get out of the way. Okay, and also, he'll go in other ways. Also, this form. I guess it's that monkey gargle thing. Which is, it'll go down the ground. Also do that and jump over it. Honestly, this reminds me a little bit of, like the endgame parts of Mega Man 7, sort of, kind of shit. Oh. Which, as I said, I also owe, ElecVerse, I owe you a, another, return to that game. Because it was also with older tech equipment, also, this can be Nocturne involved when we do that. I gotta talk to her how we're handling other stuff with Mega Man, as far as, like, the shorter stuff. I'll get a sense of that when I talk to her in a couple weeks, or we see her in a couple weeks, for Mega Man Legends 2 for Part 4. which I think we're only gonna need 5 parts for that game, so she said. But yeah, you also got the flying, I guess, flower. Yeah, the pollen can go out, and yeah, basically just trying to avoid that, because also when it stops, it'll do that. Yeah, yeah, like that. I was like, what? I also love that sound, the woot. It's like, Jesus, sounds like it's... Uh-oh, but I'm trapped on the side, and that can happen too, so I'm dead. But, I'd have to continue, and it... I think I have to continue. Let's see how many continues I have. Okay, I have 3. Never mind, I only used 2 in the last world. Yeah, it's Rock Kushina. So, if nothing else, I'm also going characters, and yeah, when you do die, as far as after making a choice, it puts you back where... Or from after you made the choice. So yeah, we're still fighting to the end. Yeah, we're gonna fight the doctor to the end, no question. Just shoot all this, and also see the colors, because this is the other thing. I mentioned when we first looked at this, as far as like the brief preview back in December, I said, hey, all the games we were showing as far as... Fine, we showed World of Illusion primarily, but everything else on the Genesis Mini we were looking at for that show, they were all utilizing the Genesis color palettes uniquely of just the 64 colors it has, but there's something to be said about how it still looks really, really nice. Even if, because honestly, I guess of all those games, actually fine, of all those games, fine, of the ones I had the least experience with, fine, the Tetris game from Genesis, because that was never officially released, and then, I guess a tie between this and Eternal Champions, as it was. And we'll have to do, come back to Eternal Champions at some point. I gotta get that challenge from the dark side on the, Sega CD, because I can run that one, no problem. And I can run the Genesis version with the Genesis Mini, with 6-button pad, as it is. Or maybe Nintendo, or maybe they'll put that on the Switch Online expansion pack, maybe. Because, I mean, I said back last year, I said, when they put Landstalker out on there, they finally did, like a week ago. So I was like, okay, great. So they listened on that one, and they put on Crusader Senti, which, considering how much Crusader Senti goes, it's like a $300-$400 game. It's very much like Zelda, so like, hey, if you're liking your Zelda stuff, there you go. And then, of course, Revenge of Shinobi, which is insanely hard, also awesome. Ow, shit. There's a jump too high. And Ghouls and Ghosts, another one that's hard as anything. Yeah, there was not a dud in the bunch of the couple of Genesis Switch Online titles they released most recently. Although, again, the last couple of games that come out just on the Switch Online expansion pack have been really cool, including both those Fire Emblem games. We're fine. Binding Blade for Japan, and then Blazing Blade for both Japan and US. Okay, yeah, this is sort of like... Okay, fine, he's like Eddie from Mega Man, going back to that, because he'll usually drop a weapon, but yeah, he'll do a switch. Also, it looks like it's the same combination, but when it's on the left, it's, one item enemy's on the left, it's gonna be a little different than it was the first time. But alright, there's the centipede, whoa. Uh-oh. But also because of how it's using the rotation of the sprite to basically make it bigger, it's like, yeah, you have to time your slide even more. Alright, fine, I'm doing okay now. Alright, I do love the grungy music. Alright, come on. Oh, right. Alright, so fine, he's shooting out the pollen there. Okay, got him there, but... yeah, these machines going haywire. This is the last form, I believe. Also, cheating his master, so yeah, he's gonna die. But also, he's moving. He's active while he's doing that. And only now is he able to be hit, so bomb him. If you have it. This is also hard because you have to basically be right underneath him. You gotta wait till he jumps. And he'll do the bounce up. And if I can't get a hit... Actually, yeah, I don't think I can hit him from here. Maybe he'll just crouch down. Ah, shit. And they hit in the front. Alright, fine. In that case, yes, when I got to the end, that means I gotta start this over again. But, as I said, I'll be a little more careful. Actually, you know what? I'll take Brownie out, because I think Brownie might be helpful, because of how small his hitbox is. Alright, so let's try this again with him. As I said, if I get game over, I have the save state here, so it's like, fine, we'll run this again. So, okay, fine. That's how the practice is gonna be. It's like, this is why I'm doing it. This is why I'm doing the practice. This is why I said a year, specifically. Because, as I said, I'm gonna give this game everything I've got, as I said. And I think it also helps me as well, because, like, hey, you know, what's... You know, now I'm thinking about this. I'm trying to think... don't know necessarily off the top of my head what the hardest game I've ever played is. Or fine, okay. I mentioned Ghosts and Goblins, I think, from NES as the hardest game I'd played. But as far as, I guess, the hardest game I've beaten, then... maybe this kind of counts, but maybe it doesn't. But I don't even know if I'd say this is the hardest thing I've beaten. As far as for the show... Actually, I guess it would be Castlevania Bloodlines. Although, actually, the way we did Castlevania Bloodlines, I did something I usually don't do. I edited out parts of that show as far as repeated elements. It was like, yeah, it was far enough away that I was like, yeah, you know, I gotta do this right. And I was using the Castlevania Anniversary Collection on Xbox One to play that, so I could use, like, a save state case, but even then, it's like, yeah, you know, I kind of did that one on a whim, so it was like, okay, I did edit the upload, so the upload you saw was not the original show that I aired back on Halloween of 2020, actually. Can't believe it's been that long. But that being said, that probably is the hardest game I've beaten on this show, but I think this game is gonna outdo that one for sure. And also, as I said, just the amount of practice I put into this game specifically is the reason why I'm doing that. And when we get back to Castlevania for Bloodlines, I think we can rationalize a return to that. I'll practice that more than I did when I first played it, just so we'll have that element. I'll be doing that with Pilings in a couple weeks, because as I said, I've beaten that game, but it's also been a while. It's been a while since I have, so I want to make sure that I'm going to be set. And I have save states set down for that, because they're bonus stages in that I did not know it had. And they're insanely hard to find, so I said, fine, we're going to make sure that they're set. Alright. Okay, fine. The arrows of death, or the triangles of death, kill that thing quick. So, fine. I guess Brownie is my go-to character here. Oh, almost. Well, I guess here's the other thing, because I don't know if... Do his weapons... Do they penetrate the legs of the last form? We'll find out. Also, I guess I'll go over this way. Okay, he goes where I'm going, so honestly, yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, it does. Okay, so fine. Brownie is absolutely the MVP of this battle because, yeah, I can just go through the legs, no problem. Actually, I guess thinking about this with Sheena, I guess the laser would penetrate that too. Yeah, Chatter and or ElecVerse specifically as well. Fine, I'm saying ElecVerse specifically because you know this game clearly. I think. Yeah, if that's not right, let me know. Fine. Okay, that did it. All right, fine, we got him. Okay, so at least that's that idea. So by doing this, we're going... Yeah, so I never did imagine he's working for the enemy. But now we know where the headquarters is because you did spill the beans. Alright, so we're going on the water. It's time to take him out Extreme Prejudice. Yeah, the water looks awesome in this level. It looks actually a lot like Rocket Knight Adventures a little bit. Also, it might be one of those times you want to use Shot 2. This part I don't remember as well as I think I should because... Yeah, he'll shoot the blasts. At least I think he'll shoot the blasts. I actually have not practiced this part of the game in a while. Uh-oh. Yeah, with Brownie being so small, actually, yeah, he's very favorable here. Ow! But fine, the bombs drop in the water, so alright, that's not gonna help too much. Ow, shit. I'm dead. Alright, I got one continue. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do, since I do have... Well, I mean, I have the save state from the last boss. You know, hang on, let me think about this. Yeah, because... Yeah, I have the save at stage 4. I can hold that and make another one for this when we get close to the show. So you know what? Fine, I'll put one right here. So I guess we're stuck with Brownie as it is if I could get a game over. I'll try not to. I guess, if nothing else, I guess I'll show... As I said, I'll show as much of this game as I can just to get a sense of... I want to practice every part of this I can. Basically. As much as I can. Or if, like, hey, you know, eventually, like, hey, I want to see... Oh, shit. Okay, fine. So, I shoot down the not molecules. They go in the water and they create a bomb effect. Okay, fine. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, fine. This is not gonna go well. And also, you can't swim. I may as well show that because I'm on my last life. And at this point, fine, I'll tell you what I do. Just load that back up. I said, I will not do this when we play the game fully. Much. I don't think. They're like, fine, I gotta have enough pride. Like, as I said, I'm using modern convention so I can show the hidden paths, or all the alternate paths of this game easier. But also, it's like, yeah, I gotta play this sorta, kind of, in the way it was intended. Sorta, kind of, except I fell in the water again. So, like, I can't do that every 2 seconds, I know. But then again, it's like, okay, I mean, we can go into this, too, which is that, ow, shit, I'm getting shot again. When it comes to something like this, hey, if an older game specifically is so insanely hard, is it necessarily a bad thing to, you know, use, I guess, a training wheels concept, which in this case would be the save state of this version, or the rewind of this version, because you hold the mode button down, by the way, so I've never actually showed this on this controller. So, like, yeah, I didn't do so well, I can just rewind to the beginning, or back 30 seconds, either way. So, I mean, I guess it's the idea of, like, for practicing, because I use that specifically for this game, just to kind of get a sense, and also running the Japanese edition to get a sense of what it was. Okay, fine, yeah, but with only this, you know, that might be okay, you know what? Yeah, maybe just don't shoot him down, okay? So, in my oh, shit! In that case, I did shoot him down. If you do shoot him down, the fire will come up. Okay, so I basically pay attention where the, cannon is and when it stops. Okay, and when you hear that, that means he's dead. And go down, oh, yeah, look at that effect, damn. It's beautiful. The idea of, yeah, it bouncing in the water, kind of giving a 3D perspective, but, yeah, just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water, there's, something else in the water. There's that thing. Because I'll have names of everything, when we're done, or when we play this in a few months. And somehow I lived. But I don't think that ship is going to last much longer. Oh, yeah, it's not going to last longer. I think if you're not on that, you die. Oh, right, I forgot about that, right, because he pops out of the water. Okay, now it's all coming back, and then he jumps over. Ow. And it's shocked, and just like the Sonic the Hedgehog death, like, jumping into the sky. All right, and he'll do that, too. Yeah, so this is the other case. Fine. As I get later, that's where I really need my practice above anything else. Yeah, with him, I can just use the hover, sort of, kind of, to help. I either like versus I'll ask you this as well. Have you ever beaten this game and... Wait. Hold on, I want to see something. In fact, I'm also going to show this. We're still playing the game for this, but I want to do something. I'm hitting home. I did a capture. I always do this with my coworkers. I'm going to briefly show this, and we'll get back to the game in a second. I take a video, it's like, wait, what happened? Unfortunately, I'm on a controller that doesn't have a Y button on it, so I want to see something. When I died, right when I died with my last life, I want to see what happened. I want to see, did I get hit? How did I get hit? Just really, because when you hold the capture button down, it saves the last 30 seconds. Okay, I hit the hook, or hit the horn. So that was the idea. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, sorry for that interruption. Back to the game. And back to, you know, blowing this up. Yeah, thank God you can do this on Switch. Alright, so yeah, back in the water again. So, yeah, fitting for summer, as I've said. I mean, weird enough, I get the sense maybe when it's come to some of the games we played, we haven't been super explicit about summer yet. Exactly. But, oh. But fine, I guess I'm making it happen this year. I technically was not even thinking, like, hey, am I going to get this far with this game to kind of go summer? And then with Pilewings, and another look at Pilewings 64 briefly, and Waiver 64, that's in 2 weeks. As it also going to schedule fully tomorrow night, as opposed to, for the preview program. Because usually the preview programs will be just like, hey, we got another show tomorrow night, we'll see you then, and then I'll go full schedule that way. But I will mention, yeah, tomorrow night we got a show for the finale of Parasite Eve, I think. Right, it should be the finale. We only have 27 floors left. We did 40 last time, and then we have the final boss, which, I think Emetics knows what he's doing on that much more than I am. I'm gonna reach out to him just to confirm that. Like, yeah, you do know how to handle this boss, right? Like, he said he beat this game fully. And in fact, I asked him, I said, hey, do you want to do Chrysler Building? And honestly, I think I didn't force him to do it, but I also said, like, if you want to do this, I think we should. So, I think he would have been fine not doing it either way, but I think, like, yeah, you know, we gotta show that game the whole love, and I think it's fair to do that. Whoa! Yeah, basically what you gotta watch for is you want to watch for the short jumps he does forward. Usually the flips backwards, but then he will do them forward more. And, yeah, so that's a pattern I have to understand. And understand when does he not do that pattern, which means I can hit him easier, sort of, kind of. And we'll go back far enough for that. Okay, I got him. But I know we're not done yet. Yeah, we're back on this thing on the bike. Whoa! Yeah, I think I want C. Okay, now it forms. Okay, so it's like well, fine. I guess it's like Seven Force from Gunstar Heroes, as I said. They had to be paying attention to Gunstar Heroes, and I'll get an actual story of were they or were they not when we play this fully. Okay, because he does the bounces. Yeah, he'll do that, and you have to be in line. Actually, you know what? I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. First thing I'm going to do is, since I got this far, I'm going back here. I'm putting this down, so I'll have an element to that. It's like, hey, if nothing else, like, it's my practice. Okay, as I was going to say, he'll do that flip. I guess it's random. He'll kind of, like, do, like, a handstand that way, so if you're right next to him and go underneath him, you can avoid it. I don't think doing the double jump with him is going to help. Yeah, there we go. And then he'll go on his feet, and then he'll start shooting missiles. But I guess with the deadly ball and chain, I guess it makes it no problem. Because I never fought this boss with Brownie here. I mean, just like, yeah, I'll just run Sheena, because like, hey, I'm just using Sheena. I'm used to her. Oh, right, and then he does the dive. And when he does that, you have to jump out of the way like I did not. I think after enough time, he'll change form. Kinda, sorta. And we're gonna flashlight. Alright, and he becomes the Phoenix, so it's almost like that boss from Star Fox. Alright, and then he does the... Alright, he does the electrifying, and you have to go in front of him. Okay, right. So basically, when he does that, when you see the lightning in the air, basically go right underneath his mouth to do it. And then here, get underneath where his beak is and be right in between. Talk about Eye of the Needle threading for this game. Jesus. I remember when I first saw this, I said, uh-oh. And I realized, I was like, wait, they want me to go there? Or, do that? Or I think, fine, we'll get to this when we play Sonic Heroes in a couple months for that super hard mode. The idea of, we're not going there, are we? Yes, we are. It's like, yes, we absolutely are. Like, yeah, look at you. It's like, look where I am. It's like the specific point of where I'm gonna die and where I'm not. Or consider that preview whenever I get around to getting a copy of and showing Astro Boy Mega Factor on Game Boy Advance. That does that all the time. Especially early in the game. I mean, hey, this is like the 5th level. They're doing that like the 2nd level. Maybe in the 1st, depending on what difficulty you're running. Oh, shit! Alright, it does the dive down. And there we go. So that's game over, but yeah, we have this to run, so fine. We're gonna fight this boss. And I guess if I get into a bad case, I will, yeah, actually, I'm getting close to a certain area with another, what is it? Another, choice soon. Not this level, it's, another one. So, I think, at that point, then I'm gonna just use that save state. It's like, I'm jumping from save state to save state. Whoa. And there's Georgie again, reloading. Ow, crap. Animal Crossing, New Horizons. Actually, I guess that goes to one thing I noticed as far as Switch is concerned, which is that if you leave a game on Switch and then come back into it, it does do the notification again that, hey, you're online, even though, I mean, it technically shows you go offline when you close a game out, and it shows you're online again when you go into something else. Oh, I keep forgetting that part, when it does the jump. Okay, that's my fault. It was like, okay, fine, let's try this again. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Yeah, put a save state down when I get a game over. That's a horrible idea. Don't do that. That's the other thing also about this. Like, yeah, abusing save states can be fun, maybe. But yeah, if you're not careful, you might accidentally do an override of something. And one thing about running the Japanese versions of anything, really, for Switch Online, even though I know where in the menu it is as far as where, you know, create, save, and load, I've done that by accident a couple times. Like, yeah, it's not fun, and it's like, it's always myself to blame. Boom, boom. Alright. Okay, yeah, okay. When he does that pullback, then he does the jump, and then... Okay, I have to jump right over him. Okay. Actually, I'll have to time that again, because, no surprise, I'm probably gonna get another game over. I said, hey, at least I'm doing it now, as opposed to in a couple months. At that point, I won't have as much of an excuse. Fine, now maybe I will, because this game is insanely hard, but, like, fine. At that point, I've done my practice. That being said, I think I can at least hit the bird from here. Oh no! Okay, I waited. I was like, hey, I think I can get out of that now, but no, I can't. It is amazing, though, going back to, like, we had Gunster Heroes and actually a lot of stuff on Genesis, the fact that with all this chaos on the screen, all the bullets flying, all of the effects of the enemies, this game really is never slowing down. In fact, I'd say this game has less slow down even than Gunstar Heroes does, because there are parts that game slows down, not massively, but enough that in some cases you will notice it. Not really with this game. I think he has 3 forms. Well, okay, yeah, he has 3 forms. So here's Blast Form. That, you know, maybe what I should do is every form, save. Fine, after this form, save. Because, hey, here's the thing. It's like, yeah, I want to practice. I want to get a sense of this, but I also want to at least make it as enough of an interesting show of my practice. And, hey, there's certain things I do need to practice that way. And, hey, I'll probably study this video like crazy over the next couple months just to make sure that I'm getting everything set. Okay, so he does that. And, oh, right, and it targets. So, yeah, when it targets, get out of the way where the oh, right! The target means that, that's where you're safe. Oops, I forgot about that. Okay, never mind. So fine, alright, let's load that again. Okay, so fine, that's what the idea. He shoots all that in the air and basically pay attention where the target is, which means that you're gonna be safe to hit there, safe to stay there. Now, honestly, I guess this is gonna be the first time playing this game anyway. For anybody, really. Alright, there you go. Alright, there. So basically stay right where the arrow is. Yeah, usually... Okay, so the game tricks you, basically. It's like, yeah, usually the throw's like, get out of the way. You ever played Sonic 2? The idea is that you get out of the way of the, Death Egg robot. And in that case, you have to basically go in line with that thing right there to avoid getting yourself, killed. But yeah, for the thing with the targets, like, yeah, go where the target is. Usually the idea is like, yeah, I don't want to touch, even get anywhere near that. But then it's just like, no, don't do that or you're gonna die. Okay, so fine, I'll try this again. So yeah, I guess if nothing else, also is making you have to pay attention to where the hits are. Also, okay, yeah, you can jump still at the same time. Alright, fine. So he has that. Yeah, I have to be very careful. If I touch any end of that, I am dead. Yeah, like that, specifically. So, at least I got to show what the struggle is for that. Alright, fine, we'll beat this thing. Or this part of it, anyway. As I said, that's what the idea of the practice show is, so fine. These will be all, I guess, decorum if you want. Fine, there's decorum on the show. I know, that's the idea. That's what I go for. All ideas, you know, playing as professionally as we can. Fine, as professionally as we can, as laid back as we can, like a mix of the two. Fine, it doesn't have to be perfect. That's the idea. I don't know if that's ever been explicitly indicated. Like, the game doesn't have to be played perfectly by myself or anybody for it to be a great show. But it's also a case of, fine, you know, if I'm practicing, I gotta do it differently. Alright, fine, this is gonna be what it is. But yeah, imagine on Genesis, you know, normally, without code. Fine, without Game Genie code. Because in the US, that would be the way I feasibly could run this easier, saying like, fine, just put in infinite lives. Even the Konami code doesn't work in this game. They turned it off. So the up, down, left, right, A, B, or B, A, start. Yeah, it doesn't work in this game, at least in the US version. So yeah, it's not going to give you the 20 lives the way Contra on NES did, or I think even Contra on, what was it, or Contra 3 on Super Nintendo did. Okay, so yeah, he goes left and right, and left and right. So yeah, the tension's real. Oh, right, and then he does that thing, he bounces that, and you have to jump over it until then. So, nothing else, you're seeing all the patterns, all of what I need to look for, all of what you would need to look for if you haven't played this game, or reminding, if you have played it, saying like, oh Jesus, this part, if you ever got this far, which I'm assuming that people have definitely gotten this far. There are probably people who can like, no damage in this game, and I will give them a lot of respect for being able to do that. A lot of practice, but that's also maybe my thing, because I didn't grow up playing this game, or really any of the Contra games as it was. So in that case, that's where it is for me, so it's a little more of a struggle, although, fine. As far as, like, other games like this, I mean, I played Metal Slug when it was in the arcade, specifically, and other versions. Especially the Xbox version of Metal Slug 3, which is the version we're gonna show whenever we get to playing that. Alright, whoa. There we go, okay. Alright, so there's 3 attacks. He'll do the thing with the Javelin of Death, and you have to stay in the middle of it. He'll do the thing with the, what is it? He'll do the thing with, the shots coming from the sky, and he'll also do the thing with, knocking his spiked tire treads out at you. So yeah, those are your 3 attacks you have to avoid. Basically, pay attention to his body language. So I guess, yeah, the punch-out icon I have is fitting on this, because like that game, it's basically understand a pattern and basically do a read on enemy. Yeah, basically go in the middle there, so alright, fine. If nothing else, yeah, this is going repetitive that way, but like, hey, you know what? I don't care. That's it. This is a practice program for that very reason. We play the game fully, it will not be this way. Actually, probably what I'll do is I'll probably do, I guess just to be safe, assuming everybody's okay with this, I probably will put save states down in some of the areas I know I'm probably going to have trouble at. And then I'll put save states down for the choices when we first see them. Even with me having the ones here. Okay, so fine, I'll stand here. Okay, so yeah, as long as you're not hitting the absolute right edge of the screen, you'll be okay. Okay, fine. Okay, alright, here's the other thing. Fine, your hitbox is not the, what is it? Not the motorcycle. Your hitbox is, in this case, Brownie. So yeah, if it touches Brownie, that means you're dead. Well, I'm dead anyway. So in that case, yeah, the nose of that is fine. The back of the bike is fine, hitting in the treads. Whoa! Okay, I just looked. I'm gonna have a picture there, feasibly. Because it looked like I just was missing that. Oh. So honestly, that's probably the easiest, because at that point I can just jump and shoot. Okay, I think that's it. Is that at the end? Yeah, I got him. Jesus Christ. Alright, so there you go. That is your stage clear for the level 5. Jesus. Alright, and since I don't want to do that shit again right now, I said a few months we'll do it. I'll gladly do it then. Here we go in. Okay. Okay, so it's like the beginning of the game again. Oh, and I got hit. Fine, me dying at the beginning of it, like at the beginning of the game too. Okay, fine, the arrows. So yeah, the arrows of death. And then that. Okay, so I can sort of stay on the ground and... Fine, okay, with 1 life, this is not going to be easy. Unless I get enough points somehow to get another life. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, just seek onto him. Actually, you know what? Fine, I'm going to stand here. I'm going to hit the B button. I'm going to basically wait until I get a life. I believe it's every 20,000 points, and I think after that... Actually, I think it might just be every 20,000 points. And I think the manual does mention that, unlike Bomberman World. Specifically, ah, shit, I get hit by a straight bullet. Alright. Or fine, I'm getting close to where a choice is, so if I do get... If I do get to a point, like, yeah, running that choice, I'm just gonna load that save state up. Just if nothing else, like, you just get through this damn... Is that... If nothing else, I guess it's showing the struggle. Shit! One time I don't want to hit on the side of the building, or the side of the area. Ah, crap. Yeah, they're not taking nicely to that robot. Actually, you know what? Fine, just... It's a few seconds. Just rewind it. Fine, just keep walking forward. That's what I should probably be doing. Don't even bother watching these guys. Oh, crap. I didn't mean to do that, but alright, fine. He got me living, so I'm gonna be okay with it. Or, you know what? Fine. I don't care about the turret. Just go, go, go. I don't care. Just walk, walk, walk. Oh, I made it. Oh, right. Sort of made it, but yeah, there's that. Oh, right. I forgot. This thing. The enemy wheel. Yeah, just blow it away. As long as you're staying far enough away, you'll be fine. But then they keep doing other things, like they'll do the tower lean. Fine, in this case you can avoid that easy, you can just go right underneath it. So yeah, it's Slinky Human Edition. Which, yeah, that's a weird case. I do have that touch, though, when they do the slide down the pole. It's like a fireman pole, basically. Alright, in that case, yeah, like... Oh, fine. Oh, I'd have to hit the guy at the top. I forgot about that. You know what? Fine, use this. And slide when they basically are pretty much in a line, straight. As it seeks on, I don't have to worry about that. Just make sure I avoid getting myself hit. Okay, see, he's not too bad as long as you understand the pattern and also don't screw up, you know, the dodge. Okay, that should be the last one, I think. And this is, by the way, where the next choice is. I didn't think you'd make it this far. You've ruined my plans. Or you've ruined my plans. We're as strong and brave as you, deserving of praise. I've been looking for soldiers such as you for a long time. Join with me. The world is waiting for people such as you and I to lead them. Okay. I'm loading up the save state I have here because I have more lives. So yeah, bye Brownie. So yeah, Brownie was like, yeah, we just had said bye-bye to Brownie. He's like, fine now. And suddenly Ushina. Yeah, we have a choice of refusing or agreeing. I'm going to tell the story right now. I will definitely reiterate this when we play this fully. I played the Japanese version first, getting to this point. I asked the Crusader 64 on one of my lunch breaks. They said, which choice should we make? He said, I know we're all in Japanese. I didn't know what it said necessarily. I was making this weird narrative, like, what's the Colonel like? And it was hilarious. But anyway, I said, okay, what should I say? It's like, he said, pick the bottom one. You know what, fine, I'll pick the bottom one. I'll show what this is because it makes the point. There's that iconic laugh again. He said, he looked at this like, because I was playing as Fang here, like, it looked like his head was off, but it's not quite that. He's like, and we didn't see this dialogue here, so he's like, wait, did I just get you a game over? I was like, I don't think so. I was like, that's probably fine. And this came up, he says, like, every time I make a fucking joke and it's right. I said, hey, you didn't know. I was like, that's not the idea, but either way, the Crusader 64 says something as a joke and then it turns out being real, usually, or fine, he wills it into existence. That was what we always say, but fine, alright. In that case, we don't have a choice here. We have to agree with this, otherwise it's a game over. So feasibly, if I had done game over as it was, fine, if I had done that with Brownie over there, I'd have gotten a game over anyway. And talk about, I guess it would feasibly be a beginner's trap, the thought of like, fine, I can agree with him, but then not realizing, oh wait, that's a game over. Like, hey, if I played that way, I got to start the whole game over again. Alright, fine. Start Foom, prepare to die. Alright, here is the Colonel. If I remember how he operates. Alright, he does the claw. Fine, I'll tell you, when I get game overs fully, I'm just going to reload this save. And I just got to remind myself of what the hell he does. Yeah, because he'll do the hook, and he'll grab stuff with that. I know he'll grab stuff off of the ceiling. Because then he'll do the drill. I was going to see how many lives I have here. Or how many continues, I should say, I have. I have 3, so yeah, you know what? If I get a game over, I'll just load that save up again. Because, spoiler warning, this is the final boss, for now. Oh, right, and it puts you back here. Alright, fine. So, in that case, fine, you get the walk up, and you do have option to grab. Fine, the seeker element, power up your A shot. And also, remember, when you're on a hanging surface like this, you can't move and shoot at the same time. So also, that's the other thing. Yeah, if you do get a game over here, you do have to go back and fight the, like the human wheel and Slinky and Tower again. Although, in the state I have it... Okay, fine, that's probably worse, because, like, fine, there goes my Seeker. Although, it doesn't matter. But yeah, if you don't kill it quickly enough, yeah, you're gonna die. And there's not much you can do to avoid that. But fine, I got my level 2 A shot, so that is more powerful. I believe that is more powerful than the Seek Laser, I think. I think it is. I'll fact check myself when we play this, for sure. Or maybe when I add this, but either way. Oh, I forgot, I have to hit him. Oh, or not do that. You know what? Probably should save this for... You know what, fine, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna reload that save because... fine, I'll be in front of the boss again. So fine, I guess I'll do that. And yeah, you can still pause on the select. Okay, so fine. Just gotta remember, here's the hook. He'll do the drill. And he'll do a jump, so slide. And then he'll do that spin as well. Where's he going? Wait, is he supposed to do that? He's supposed to come out of that eventually, isn't he? I don't know. ElecVerse, you ever seen this? I think I got him stuck. What's going on here? Okay. I'm glad this happened. Oh, you know what? Fine, let's see something. I guess I have to do this. Or... Oh, okay, I got a soft lock. Okay, there's a bug in the game, apparently, so... I guess when he does that... He can get into a stuck state. He'll keep doing this. I can't hit him. I'm shooting him. And... Wow, okay, I guess that's a frustrating thing. I don't know if this is a documented issue on this game. Is it? Specifically, does anybody know? So I guess I have to start this over now. Well, fine, you know what? Let's Sheena handle this. Yeah, just stand there, relaxing. Okay, fine, we beat the game. Technically, I've never seen this happen before. Even on all my practice, I've never seen this happen before. Alright, that's gonna be one for the highlight reel I'm eventually gonna put in as far as weird stuff. Maybe a glitch showcase. I'm talking about, showcase shows. Okay, fine, showcase shows. Let me rephrase that. Not showcase shows. I guess compilation videos I want to edit together for something. I said great gaming feats. I said the funniest stuff we've seen. And maybe just crashes or glitches, maybe. So in fact, this is one for the glitch showcase, so fine. There goes the Colonel. He's just spinning like crazy. I can't hit him. I got every weapon. I'm walking into him. It's not doing anything. The game is dead. Also, because of the fact that I let it stay for more than 30 seconds, the rewind of this is not doing anything. He's still stuck in this, so I do have to load the save again. Okay. Alright, that made it worth it, just as far as seeing that. If nothing else, like, hopefully that doesn't happen when I actually play this, or we actually play this. Whoa! Okay, so fine. I guess when he does that, roll... Okay, fine. So I don't know what happened. I'm gonna look back at that video, see what did he do, and yeah, he'll hook up and then he'll toss it to me. I think I can slide under it. Yeah, I'll just see what he did. And fine, as I said, since I'm also in a case where if I have to do that, I'll have to go through that level again. We're just gonna come back here. Okay, so yeah. First thing he'll do is do that dash. I guess he does that on an interval. Okay, right, because, yeah, he'll throw it and he'll... Okay, because he'll reach up to get the rock, and he'll throw it wherever you are. So as long as you slide out of the way, that should be enough. He's giving me a good pattern so far as not stopping. And I'm getting in a better rhythm at least this. And yeah, I can at least slide my way out. Ow. Right, that's a case where the debris does hurt me. Yeah, oh, no. I think I want that shot. Whoa, shit. Oh, Jesus. I can't believe I lived through that. Okay. Whoa. Ah, crap. I had to jump. Alright, actually, you know what? I'm gonna play the level again. I'll tell you why. Because I want to have a different weapon loadout, or a better weapon loadout. We'll still run Sheena for this, because I think she seems like she's gonna be my best bet here. For now. I'll try other characters if I run into trouble. Oh, crap. I lost my attack. And there we go. Oh, fine. Okay, I got the bomb in time. I got the bomb in time, and then I got that. Hit myself killed in time, too. Alright, fine. Alright, so I can't get over that as far as what we saw with that boss. Like, yeah, as far as a glitch. Alright, fine. I gotta do a glitch showcase. I also have to figure out when I can do that. It's basically gonna be me pretty much scouring every single video that I have, which is all of them. And then basically just going through to, you know what? Okay, fine. I have to use a bomb there, otherwise I'm not gonna get through this alive. But honestly, it's not going to be much of a use, I guess, because then I only have this going into the boss. It also, the other thing, just to indicate is this, I'm letting this show go on longer, just as far as, not that I'm necessarily elongating it, but just have a good enough sample size to see, do I get audio delay? And the audio delay, by the way, is, that I noticed for the stuff I've used this capture device with, have been, the actions of the game will not sync with the graphics eventually. After time, initially it's fine, but then it becomes unsynced. And then it became synced right again. Actually, it was Tekken 3 that was the case. It's like, it was synced fine, and then it unsynced, and then it was synced fine again. So I don't know what that was about, but with that game, I had to use this, because otherwise we weren't getting a 60 FPS out of that game, and I said, we have to have that frame rate out of that game. Oh shit, he's shooting fire out at me now. Damn. Okay. Yeah, nothing else you're gonna memorize this game over music, that's for sure. Okay, and if I do get a game over, I'm just gonna load the save state up again. So fine, this is a fitting punishment if I die over to him. Ah, crap. Well, me touching them means that there goes my power up. Ah, and that too. Alright, fine, you know what? Okay, now I'm getting worse. I do love the backgrounds here as far as everything going on with, like, the gears and the oozing slime. Although, one thing I'm wondering. Yeah, since they're here. Okay, fine, that's something. Wait, can I? Okay, I guess not. I was gonna say I can be over there and be safe even crouched, but apparently no, I can't. I have one life. Okay. And then I'll load the save state up again. I guess I'll see what other things I could practice that I haven't practiced yet. In fact, what I probably will do is, I don't think I need to practice the research facility, honestly. So what I'm gonna, well, maybe I will, but what I know I need to practice is actually if we don't fight to the end. So, because if you don't fight to the end, it goes down a little differently. I think the final boss you get is not this. Or not what we're getting, at least, or if it is, it's not the same way. Okay, I didn't mean to use that yet. But you know what, I don't have to worry about using that. Just go back as far as it. Yeah, this should kill it quick enough before... Yeah, it will. Awesome. Not only the Seeker's gonna be best for the last form of this. Okay, so yeah, get the Seeker out. Or I can use the bomb here, but honestly, I want to use the bomb on the Colonel. Okay, there you go. So yeah, that's how I handle that. Alright, Colonel, let's do this. Yeah, I didn't think I'd make it either again. Yeah, I can't join you, sorry. Not we switch because I lose all my weapons. Oh, yeah, because he'll sometimes do the short hops, too. In that case, you did too short. Alright. I mean, this is easy in that I can just, I don't have to necessarily aim. It's gonna take a little longer, although given the damage I did with him already, that might be of help. Whoa! Okay, so that's, first phase. We're not done with this yet, I know that. Because I think we are. You've beaten me, but this will be no victory for you. When I die, a missile armed with the alien cell will take off. You'll see the world burn in the flames of hell. Yeah, as I mentioned when we first looked at this a couple months ago, this did have an MA13 rating from the VRC back then. Their equivalent of the teen rating before that was implemented. That's part of the reason why. I think. Right, I think this is the final boss for this way. Yeah, this looks familiar. I did do, and I have done this before. I've done this part of it before, anyway. And it's like Castlevania Dracula X, if you ever played that, and there's Daddy Joe again. Yeah, he is not our friend. Fine, he wasn't ever, specifically. Yeah, the Colonel's already dead. Stop this foolishness, please. Yeah, he doesn't care. I'm going all the way with this. So yeah, you're over platforms that there is a little bit of a gap there, so yeah, if you fall in, it's like Dracula X on the Super Nintendo. It's not good, although unlike that game where, you know, you have that element of... Okay, fine. I can just blow him up. Okay, that'll work. Use my bomb. So in this case, you also have to pay attention to the flashing missiles. Yeah, because they'll go away, and yeah, we gotta go in. Okay, we are fighting in the end. Uh-oh. Oh, right, I gotta jump on that! Shit! I forgot I have to jump on the missile. Right, I have to climb it, so it's like, ah, crap. Oh, yeah, then there's alien, like, pustules coming out of that shit. Move, move, move. Okay, I don't remember this part when I was doing my practice, but I must have done this. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm right underneath this. Uh-oh. Oh, is that it? Okay, somehow I lived through that. I don't know how that happened. Actually, fine. I'm telling you what I'm doing. Since I'm right here. I'm saving at this bottom one. I'm not getting rid of that choice. Oh, right. If you hit start, by the way, on this, it shows you what's going on with the controller. But yeah, fine, whatever. Okay, this is the final boss part of this. Oh. Honestly, with everything else, it's like, yeah, it seems like it's feasibly nothing. Although, I guess here's the question. If I die there... Oh, this is my last life. Oh, wait. Oh, right, because I was not using continues, right? Or I ran out of continues. Right, I fought this without continues left, and that's why. Okay, never mind. Alright, I'll fight this. The other thing I also do is like, hey, I can go fight the Colonel again to at least get, what was it? Okay, you know what? I think I'll do that instead. We'll... Oh, no. Fine. I'll give it another try, and then if I do run into a case where I get stalemated too much, I'll fight the Colonel again, because I have continues on that. And I'll come here with continues, unless maybe it doesn't matter. Or I keep running into that damn, blast of his. Alright, fine. Okay, fine. The blast is there, and I'll go in direction. But yeah, fine, just slide through the damn thing. Yeah, it's like, yeah, that's what I'm getting used to, like, doing slides. Because it'll move up, it'll start shooting straight to start, and then it'll go in a little more of an arc, and hit him there. Okay, there we go. Whoa! Ah! Ah! Okay, in that case, it went the other way. Okay, as long as I'm careful, like, I guess I'm sort of kind of being now, sort of. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. That was close. I almost fell off the rocket. Yeah, because look at that effect. Like, yeah, the rocket's taking off, and we're going to space, I guess, if we don't kill this thing. Ah, shit, or maybe we're going there anyway. Alright, fine. That was a close call. But not good enough, and I'm not going to get enough stuff to get a life. Fine, I'll give it one more shot, because, yeah, fine. I've got the pattern, just basically being able to survive this, especially with the weapon I have not being... great. Okay. Actually, yeah, being in shot 2 direction now actually is really good, so I don't have to sacrifice stuff. As yeah, we're seeing the polygon, the sprites. I keep saying polygons. It's not polygons. They're sprites. Tearing. Yeah, talk about a game that's pushing the Sega Genesis to the limit. Clearly, this game's doing that. Whoa, shit! And then it jumped down. Okay, fine. I'll try it one more time, and if not, I will go back and get stuff from Colonel. Those are the case. I need to make sure that, yeah, I can get him with a hit, but I also... It won't go too far off to... That's the other thing. When he comes down, I could also slide out of the way. Ah, crap. It's one of those things I feel like I'm so close, but fine. As I said, I'm gonna do that. Fine, we'll fight this again, just because I'll have weapons. Oh no, I keep hitting start there. You have to hit C when it comes to selection, not start A or B. And I don't have a bomb, so I gotta kill him the old-fashioned way. But fine, I know the pattern, I know what I gotta do, as long as I'm in this case, and I don't get him, you know, glitching out again. I'll be fine. But basically, as I said, it's kind of a quick reflex thing, is when I see something eventually, then comes the sense of, let me do this, let me do that, and eventually it becomes almost like as natural as breathing, potentially. But even then, like, yeah, when you have that one slip-up, it's like, it feels horrible, like, right there. When I lost that. Alright. Ah, shit. Alright, fine. That was not good. Yeah, I can beat him again. It's like, that's fine. I need more practice on this boss anyway. Because, yeah, he'll let the arm do the dash. So at least... Okay, so I guess it is in... Okay, it is a pattern that's not random. So, because he'll do the drill dash. That's what I'm calling it. He'll do the spin... And they'll do the claw and the toss of the trash. Or the toss of the, I don't know, debris, detritus, take your pick. Blah. Ah. Maybe now at the end he's only doing this. Okay, never mind, he is. He isn't. Okay. Okay, fine. As long as I kill him and have, something going in there, I'm okay. Just because, like, hey, I want something different, but fine. I'm gonna have to kill, Deadeye Joe, the normal way, because I don't have a bomb to hit him with. Yeah, the bomb killed him one hit, but, at this case, no, and at this case... Yeah, you know what, I'll wait. I was gonna say I'll put something down, but I'm gonna wait. Alright. Yeah, I know it's the final battle, Joe. We gotta take you down. It looks like almost like a fly or something. Oh. Yeah, I don't think I actually showed what he did, so fine, alright. I guess I may as well practice this battle then. Okay, so fine, let's go one player again. Yeah, I don't have access to power-ups yet, so... Or weapon upgrades, I should say. Alright, so it starts me taking off on the missile. I mean, they do give you those power-ups on the climb up, but it's also that case that, hey, I gotta wait till they basically get right to me before I shoot them, and I gotta collect them right there. Alright, so yeah, this is the final battle, come on. Okay, so yeah, he does the shot. Ah, except I went right through. Hey, at least I showed the struggle there. Ow. Yeah, so then I jumped right through, so you know what? Fine. You know what? Fine, I think I can just do this. I'm just go back and practice this. I'll practice that other part another time. Fine, I guess, strategy, I guess, on Deadeye Joe there is bring a bomb, because otherwise, and don't walk into that for this. So bring a bomb when you're fighting Deadeye Joe there, because otherwise you have to avoid his lasers. I said, it'll be something I'll study. I'll make sure I'm practicing even more for it. Ah, crap. I mean, I after all, to the point where even I said to other guests, like, hey, when it comes to the monthly stuff you're doing, I need that September 30th date. I'm pushing this out as far as I can, so we'll have this game fully going. I'll be fully ready. No. That was close. Okay, so I think he will aim the blast towards where I am, so fine, because I'm on this side, it then goes to where I am, so... Yeah, in that case I can just slide underneath it and it'll shoot it that way, so okay, fine, there's the strategy. That and avoid the shot down. Okay, so yeah, that's what I need to do. Okay, got him. Yeah, it just took a little bit of time, and there's the alien cell. Oh, yeah, so yeah, with Contra, you usually get stuff like this, the big pustules there, and yeah, I'm definitely putting something down here. Yeah, we're fighting to the end, indeed. Alright. Right, where the hands are, so like, okay, fine. I'm not gonna have time to be able to really understand what I'm doing here, but either way. I tried to slide, like, actually, fine, do this. Okay, I did slide, it's just that I died. For it, okay. As I said, when we actually play this game, I will not be doing this to this degree. Shit! I thought I slid! Hang on, let me try that again. Okay, I just didn't slide in, okay, I didn't slide in time, and then I got caught on the rebound. So, never mind, okay. Or shoot, fine, okay, oh, alright. I gotta shoot the hand, okay, I gotta shoot the hands off. Alright, fine. So basically, shoot the hands off and then shoot him in the head, specifically. Like, yeah, look at that, Jesus. Oh, crap, and then he shoots out stuff out of that. So, like, yeah, talk about your horror elements. Yeah, horror in, what was it? Just in July. Yeah. Alright, so I doesn't remember to shoot or get out of the way when that starts coming up. Yeah, look at that. Look at the way the sprite's tearing. You're like, yeah, this game clearly is... Uh-oh. Oh, shit, no! I tried to switch my shot, hit again. Alright, fine. Let's try again. Fine, here's the other thing. Is like, even by doing this, I still have to do it. Oh, no, I'm trying to hit him. So now I can't. Alright, fine. Fine, this is the other thing. I'm like, yeah, just walk instead of that. I'll just run shot 1, so... Fine, I can move, so I'll be ready to do it. Also, by the way, when you're in shot 2, you can shoot in any direction, but you also can't do the crouching shoot. So in that case, I can't get down on the ground and hit those things. Actually, it looks like Sigma if he was like a fetus or something. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this game's getting dark as far as it, like, alright. Ah, crap. Like, yeah, fine, I'm in bad case basically where I picked where the save state was. Yeah, I don't think we'll have this much trouble with the final boss of Parasite Eve tomorrow night. At least I don't think so. I'll have to, again, get with the medics on that one. I think I'm basically going to be trusting him, his judgment on that one. Fine, I've trusted his judgment the entire game, and it's led us fine so far. Oh, so I have like a few seconds to do that, but then he does that curl over, and then I'm dead. Yeah, I'm hearing so much of that going on, but hey, as I said, this is actually probably going to be a really good test case for the tech. Shit, alright. Yeah, when he shoots out the worms... Yeah, fine. When he shoots the worms out, he becomes exposed. Hit him. And I guess on the second one, it looks like, then I'll have to slide right through him so I don't get my ass killed. So, okay, alright, here's the weird thing I'll say about this idea with preview program for this game, which is that technically I guess I'm going to be showing off most of this game as it is, but fine, like, hey, I kind of have to, so I'll be ready for it, so fine. I guess this is spoiling the plot of the game if you haven't seen it, but either way, it's like, hey, that's going to be that idea. And as I said, I'll act as if we haven't seen any of this, specifically for the purpose of the play. I'm not going to say, like, oh yeah, I remember how we did this. Fine, I'll say, we did this before, it's in the link list, and, yeah, watch it after you watch this, if you haven't seen it already, because, then, that'll be that idea. Because then you'll see how I prepared for this. Okay, so it looks like I just missed the slide, too. So you have to be dead on precise. Alright, fine. Because, yeah, just shoot the claws off. Okay, so, alright, fine. Steps to this boss, shoot the claws off. Because then the bones will hit you. No. Okay, so yeah, he will be out of distance for the first couple hits, but then he won't. Basically what I'm doing is I'm basically trying to switch between shot 1 and 2. As soon as he gets that off, shoot shot 1 so I can get as many hits off him as possible. Okay, luckily he shot it off the sky there. Whoa. I got him. Finally, I think that's the last part of this. Yeah, it is. Okay. So that is one of the endings of the game. But I will go into another one. As I said, this is also going to be a case where, yeah, this is what I'm practicing for, making sure for that. So here comes the, brother. It's like, yeah, no, I'm Sheena, so they didn't, get that element. But yeah, the space police are going to come in. Yeah, we're in for a hero's welcome. So far. So that's one of the endings. The rocket goes up, you destroy the, alien cell that's on it. And off you fly. But it could have went another way, and I'm gonna have to show it going the other ways. For the purposes, and yeah, despite what it looks like, I'm not playing. Yeah, because this game has multiple endings, we're pointing that out. So, yeah, I'll talk also about who directed this game and everything when we fully play, but at least here it is. Yeah, so I'll do a little more just trying the other paths as well. The other path, because I guess technically it's... Yeah, the only cases where I think it's really changing stuff for the ending, honestly, is where we had the decision of fighting the Doctor. Either we fought him to the end, or we did the other thing. We didn't do the other thing yet, so I'll go back and do the other thing. And then I know there's a hidden ending, and I don't know exactly what the stipulation is on that, but as I said, what I'll do is I'll look over that as far as my prep for this over the next couple months. And the good news is I think I mentioned this at one point, I don't have a whole lot of things I have to necessarily play until we get to that point. Because, yeah, I have Pile Wings in a couple weeks, but I can handle that. I'll do the playthrough of up to the point for Lunar as much as I can or have to. Let's see. I have Tetrasphere I have to practice for next month, which is also going to be like this, where I'm going to be having to get set for it. I'm not going to do a preview program on that, because I'm not going to have time, honestly, for that one before we do it. Yeah, because honestly, the only games I have to play before we get to this one are let's see. Parasite Eve sorta kinda with tomorrow night. Pile Wings, and everything we're doing in that. Tetrasphere. And, I guess whatever I pick for September as far as the week we have, or the weekend we have, where it's not gonna be everything that's set, and there's your good job. Yeah, after a lot of trial and error and save stating, yes. But as I said, the whole point is that the fact that I even got this far, even with that, was a big deal. In this case, you do get the game over screen, but they do give you the idea that, okay, here's your final score. But this game does not have a save function to the cartridge or anything, so it's not going to matter. Okay. So, oh right, I forgot. I saved over that one. Okay, so what I'm going to have to do in order to get to... Yeah, in order to get to where I'm going, I guess I'm going to have to play through stage 4 again. So fine, I'm playing through stage 4 again so I can get to that choice, and I'll put that save state down specifically for that so I can show the other choice. And I think at that point, after I go through that, that'll basically, I think, be all of it, although, then again, chat, because this is a preview program, this is much more loose. If there's something you want to see on Switch or on Switch Online or something, just because you're like, hey, I want to briefly see this, we can do it. I'm not going to say no, it has to be all Contra tonight. It can be, surely. And that's the point, yeah, as far as doing it now, but if there's anything like, hey, I wanted to see this, or I want to get a little bit of a preview of something there, yeah, we can do that. Yeah, so fine, same deal as before as far as world, yeah, level 4. And nothing else, still enjoy the, I guess, the color explosions of this one, and I guess the flashing elements, flashing lights, but also just how flashy and, appealing this game. Shit! I keep forgetting when you're shooting, you hit the A button in order to switch shot mode. But in some cases, I'm holding that B button down so much, I hit A, because like, hey, I want to switch weapon, and I went, wait, no, I switched my stance. So yeah, unlike Gunstar Heroes, where you have to start the game over to do a stance switch, at least I think you do. Yeah, this game you can do it on the fly. Let's fight you again. The good news is doing enough of a thing that I can... Okay, fine. There. The powered up shot A is helping. Yeah, because honestly, yeah, if I can get through this as quick as I can to get to that next point, I'm gonna do it. I think on the third one, sometimes the fire can hit you. I think I've had that happen. But, yeah, I was at least able to avoid it now. Okay, good. Ah, shit. Fine, you know what? Since I'm doing... Okay, you know what? I'm gonna get that back anyway, because I do get... No. I want the laser still. Right, I was gonna say, I'm gonna get my powered-up shot A back. Okay, never mind. No, I won't. Okay, fine. At least I have the laser, so at least I can run the laser, and then after that, I'll get to the next, choice. And instead of what we did for fighting to the end, I'm gonna surrender. Alright, back with, Deadeye Joe. Honestly, looks a little bit like something out of Mortal Kombat a little bit. Sort of, kind of, as far as the mask. Anything like Smoke. Then I was maybe thinking that because I think they announced Smoke for, Mortal Kombat 1 with the number 1. The one that's coming out in September. Ah! I was like, wait, I was hoping I could be in the direction of that. Alright, fine, that's that. You know, this is a productive practice, if nothing else, because at least, hey, I'm hitting a bunch of stuff for this. I'm understanding where the patterns are. I'll have video evidence to look back on to study. Because, I mean, I guess I'll go to one thing, which is that, hey, I have to look at the videos for the purpose of edits and all that, but it's also the kind of thing that I'll watch the old videos just to remind myself, like, hey, what did I do before? What were some of the things we mentioned? So, like, and also kind of look back at the chat and the chat transcripts I took. So I get a sense of, hey, was I asked for something? Let's put it on the master list. So in that case, that's why I'll sometimes do that, just to get a sense of, So at least some of that stuff will be fresh in my brain. I mean, in this case, it's going to be sooner as far as that, at least. But at least for this one, I will look back. I'll say, okay, what did I do wrong here? What did I do wrong here? So I'll have that going, while also being able to have my own practice I'll be doing on and off. Actually, with this game, it's good that they got re-released as much as it did, because that means I can practice this game on my work lunch break, specifically. Actually, except for Tetrisphere, of the games I've got that I have to do control of, yeah, Tetrisphere is the only one I don't have access to as far as being able to do that on my work breaks at lunch. Only because either A, I don't have it on a system I can bring with me, like Switch or something, or it's something that is mature rated, or if, I don't know what the other stipulation of that was. Fine, it's on something there's no way in hell I could even bring it in to try and practice. Like, hey, I only have like an hour's worth of break anyway, so at some point it's like, yeah, if I'm gonna do something with, if I'm gonna do Tetrispheres, like, yeah, I may as well just practice at home. Okay, so fine, that's what's happening. He was shooting the missiles out, I was just using this, and that was what was happening. Okay, and yeah, turn on shot 2. Shot 1. So, okay, and I still decide what I'm gonna do for September. Because I have a free week in September. I gotta figure what I'm gonna do, and I also am waiting on EdWack, admittingly. I'll have an answer to this for next week, which is when we're starting Spyro the Dragon, and in August, and I guess because he said we are. I was like, hey, wait a second, how's this working? Because basically, negotiating schedule with him and Nikki specifically, because she's on the shows for those as well. And also, figuring Fridays, because with them it always has to be Friday, except in a couple of extenuating circumstances, and there goes the laser again. I hope this won't take as long as when I killed him with Ray. Or maybe hit the B shot and maybe see if that does anything. Oh shit, yeah, okay, fine, I shouldn't have done that, because it bounced back to me. Okay, fine, I guess he's only doing it clockwise. I said he did it counterclockwise, maybe, but maybe I've just been... Yeah, I don't know. I think I was wrong about that. So in that case, I don't have to do an edit saying, like, I was wrong here. So I'll just say right now, like, no, I was wrong, I think. Alright, come on. Now, he said I'm not as tense on this one as I was before, only because I guess I did it before. Okay, that's the other thing as well, just to indicate this. I think I said this before when we first fought this, but I can say it again now, which is that you can unload into him as I was doing, but sometimes, not only do you want to stop because, like, hey, he'll bounce and you have to crouch, but also because sometimes it's hard to see when he's going to get charged up for his next shot. Alright, fine, there he goes. So bye-bye, Dead-Eye Joe. Alright, so yeah, here we are back here. Alright, so there is the Colonel with his great laugh. I do like that laugh. ElecVerse, you're right. That is pretty cool. Alright, so damn, a trap. So same deal as before, but we're going to go the other way. Well, feels like you and help me achieve my plans. Okay, no problem. And now this part I'm practicing. I don't have much experience, but what I'm going to do right now is put this over where I had. So fine, this is going to be where I'll do any saves, like, hey, you know, when we play it, when I finish a level. We'll find finish levels that are hard. In this case, we're going to surrender. So yeah, we saw what happens when you fight to the end, but if you don't fight to the end, take them with singular. Alright, fine, I'm arrested. I'm in jail. I'm on the military train. They didn't strip my weapons, though. It's worth pointing that out. Also, Dad just helping me this time. He busted me out. You don't misunderstand me. I only free you in order to destroy you later. I'll be there to watch you draw your last breath. Okay, so... yeah, he let me out. Okay, now we're on train. Oh, shit. In this case, yeah, you can also jump on the ceiling easily, but it also means that you can get stuck on the ceiling more and then be in a case of something like that, but... Yeah, so in this case, I honestly have not practiced this part, so this is honestly going to be where I think I need it the most. Although I have done this part. The crane here. The robots here, they'll kind of go in a line like that, and then he'll do that reach up, or fine, he'll do like the cheer, and they'll shoot off. And right when he does that, I think on the second one, oh right, and then... He'll do it once, and he'll do it again. And the one's gone, and there goes the other one, but I think the other one's just gonna run on the ground, so yeah. As long as you're up on top here, you should be okay. I'm gonna get Sledgehammer when I kill him? Okay, yeah, I will. Yeah, I will be. He said, sometimes I don't know on that. For this game, it's sometimes tough to tell. It's also the case of, like, this has come up. Like, is it necessary to bring that up every time? Like, hey, when it's strong enough, I think it is. Uh-oh. Yeah, there they are on bikes. So, yeah, fine. They're on bikes this way. Riding the train. Or maybe I'm thinking of train because it was in the opening of, movie I went to on 4th of July when I was off, which was Indiana Jones: The Dial of Destiny, which I was not a fan of, admittedly. So I was like, yeah, maybe I was thinking that. Fine. I'll like think of Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade because hey, in that case at least it's the circus train at the beginning of that. Okay, now you have to hit the bulbous area there before 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and it'll all right. You have to trick him into shoot himself. Right, I forgot about that. So it's like you bounce around. So it's like the Doomsday Zone boss in Sonic & Knuckles in that, hey, you have to get the missiles to hit him. But there you go. And there goes the bomb. But I probably want to get down from that. Is it in 0? As far as Indiana Jones, I gotta figure when we can show some of those games and also if we're gonna have licensed questions on a few of them. I hope we don't on Emperor's Tomb. I'd love to show Emperor's Tomb. The game is amazing. But if not, I think I can definitely show off, what is it? I can show Indiana Jones' Greatest Adventures on the Super Nintendo, because they have that on the Wii. And I also can show, as I have to watch out for that. And he's pushing the train. What a great effect that is. I think I can also show Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis, which is on the PC. And it's also on the Wii. It's in Indiana Jones and the Staff of Kings. It's unlockable in that. I think I could get a show on that. And Info Machine, because I have Info Machine on N64 as well, which actually costs quite a lot of money, but it's also really buggy. And it's also a case where, even if you have the expansion pack, it's really buggy, and it's a case where, shit, the game basically needs it to fully play, because there's levels missing, and I think there's glitches that it fixes, I think, but not all of them. And since it was a game that was mostly a rental-only game, as I slide into his foot again, yeah, it's not easy to find that. But it was another one of those, I got lucky finding it. But I have a full set continues going into this. So actually, that is the perfect element. Sorry, we're run cheating again. Oh no. I do love that sound of the vroom. Well, actually, fine. It's the same vroom we saw when we were in the junkyard or in the garbage dump. Or saw and heard, I guess. We saw the motorcycles doing it, heard it when we were over there. Alright. Also, I do have to do this again, which is not too bad. These just avoid when it hits out. Okay, so just 3. Okay, so in that case I can just stand right underneath that and be fine. Oh, let's fight this again. Actually, I like the touch there. It's like, yeah, he actually does stop the train. Because, yeah, we have the parallax scrolling going on, but at that point, it's like, no, he stops it. Alright, there we go. Oh. And now he's boring this. Oh, crap. Okay, so yeah, he's doing like the moonwalk thing, but he also kind of... Okay, yeah, he stops and he puts his foot out. And he has fire. Shit. I didn't jump out of the way in time. Ah, crap. Okay, so at least I'm understanding the pattern now. Alright, and with a full set of continues, at least I can get sort of kind of far. Or try to, anyway. Oh, actually, yeah, now that I have that, that actually is going to make this way easier. Alright, let's try this again. As I said, this... I should be able to do this, probably. This also means this is where I need practice. So I guess, fine. It goes to the idea of, like, hey... what's the point of, like, a save state case for this? Like, yeah, fine. In this case, I'm doing it for a reason. I'm saying, like, hey, I want to practice this game and be set so I don't have to do that. I mean, the fact that I got as far as I was able to do without having to do that speaks volumes. So it's that, yeah, I got all those other parts understood. Now I got to get the rest of this understood. Alright, let's fight you now. Nothing else I can start hitting him, but oh yeah, when he's doing that with the train, great attention to detail, kind of curves it that way, so it makes it harder to hit him. In this case, also the slide's not going to help you much because of the fact that he's got such a wide berth, so you usually can't get away from that quickly. Oh, there we go. Oh, fine. It helps when you have to slide underneath him when he does that far jump. Far jumps, in this case, basically just wait till he gets the foot back and then pull back. And then shoot. Oh no! That means that I am pretty close to the end, so maybe I can get him without the power-up. Yeah, I think I can. Flashing a warning, probably. Yeah, okay, fine. That's slow, so, like... that. Okay, they slow that down for effect, so actually, in that case, not as much as something else. Alright, fine. Yeah, we're on the midnight train. So there we go. So yeah, this is different. Yeah, we didn't see this before, and actually, I don't think I played past this part, past that part. So you got the aliens coming in, and there they are. Oh wow, I was like, okay, fine, that's the other reason there's the teen rating. Look at their bodies just tear apart. But it looks cool. In fact, I've actually never seen this part of the game. I'll let you know that specifically. I did practice the part with the train at one point, but I didn't actually practice much else. Or maybe I stage selected this boss, perhaps. Okay, yeah, because this looks familiar. Alright, the time has come for you to meet your maker. Alright, fine. Deadeye Joe did keep his word saying, we'll free you because I want to kill you later, so fine. It's later now. Now, I don't know how to fight this thing, so I'm basically going to this fully fresh. I guess guessing this, it looks like you hit his, like his spiky protrusions. And they'll move, I guess, faster as I hit him more. Whoa. Yeah. And if I'm not careful, I get it blown up. Or I say fuck it and explode the screen. I got rid of one of them. Okay, fine. The game's slowing down here. I'll say that. Yeah, it's like Gunslinger is like, yeah, you kind of forgive it. Because, like, yeah, this game is... it's one of those things you can't believe the Sega Genesis is doing this. I think maybe that's the thing that we've kind of shown, I guess, with a lot of the stuff we've shown on the system. The idea that you look at the Sega Genesis and you think, like, how the hell is it doing some of the stuff that we've shown it do? But yeah, great design and great programming really showed that, yeah, it was a force to be reckoned with. It's why the Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo console were so intense. Because each time you got the sense that, hey, there's a console, one of the consoles couldn't do something that the other one could, they then impressed you by going the other way. Like, with Genesis here, you have the idea that how's doing those rotational effects and some of the stuff that we're seeing with the sprites going on quite to the degree that they are. And with the Super Nintendo, it's kind of similar in that just when you thought, hey, you know, what's going on with stuff that's super slow, with frame rates and things like that. Even stuff at Konami's, they said they'd pull out something like a Donkey Kong Country or Yoshi's Island or something that's smooth as butter. Or even something like Sonic the Hedgehog, when you really think about it, which I guess, as I said, Donkey Kong Country kind of was an answer to that. Or even other companies that would do stuff like that, of which one of the examples I can think of, ow, crap, as I got hit there, is, it was Sunsoft, actually, because they made a game that actually was then turned into, they ROM hacked as far as, like, with Sonic in it. But I knew, like, when I saw that in the early days of the internet, I was like, wait, no, I know what that game is. It was, Speedy Gonzales in Los Gatos Benditos, which basically is as close to Sonic the Hedgehog as the Super Nintendo ever got. And, then they... No, it was a bootleg. It was not a hack. It was a bootleg. That was done basically to put Sonic the Hedgehog in it. It's basically, but it plays a lot like Sonic the Hedgehog as far as how it runs and how it plays. Probably not as good as Sonic the Hedgehog as far as what I played it, because I did grow up playing it. But it is something pretty impressive that, hey, you know, remember, the Genesis didn't have the Super Nintendo didn't have, the blast processing, which wasn't actually something this had, just the fact that the Genesis had a faster clock speed. Which is why you have games that don't have as much slowdown on the system. They have stuff on Super Nintendo that show that, oh no, you were able to make games that don't have that with other things. But actually, no, I'm gonna hold on the bomb. Right, let's go. Yeah, because, alright, as you shoot them, they go faster, so as long as you're kind of at an angle... Ah, crap. That was close. I just barely avoided getting stabbed by that one, tentacle. Uh-oh. Okay, so I guess it slows down a little bit on an interval, too. Now it's going super, super slow. Okay, so fine. I shoot one of them off. Ow, crap, and I hit that. Yeah, I'm blowing them up. Okay, there goes 2, 1. Let's hit the last one. Oh, no! Crap. Yeah, I think I'm gonna run my lives out here, honestly. Or continues out, I should say, too. See, it's funny. I'm saying lives continues, but I guess they're kind of interchangeable. So, alright, fine. I realize now what part of the game I definitely have to practice, which is here. Okay, so yeah, actually, my A weapon did not get upgraded here. For some reason, I thought it did. But alright, fine. Let's try this again. This is my last shot before I might have to reload something. Alright, so he's saying die. Fine. Yeah, it's funny. It's like, usually when you hear something like that of an enemy in a game, usually it's like, yeah, no way I'm dying. In this game, in the case of this game, I'm thinking like, yeah, you know, Dad Joe might have a point, honestly, about that. I'm not gonna lie. Ah, crap. Well, fine. At least I got shot with my, not powered up A. Yeah, you're always gonna have the A shot, and I'm fine. Crap. Alright, so that's game over. Let me see something here. I want to think about what I want to do about this. I think what I want to do is... I think I'm at the point, honestly, where that save state for practicing Stage 4, World 4, is not going to be of too much use. And since I do have the full set of lives here, I'm going to get that set. I'm going to put one here. This will be the one I'm going to practice with going forward, specifically. So fine, we have to go through the train again, but that's fine. As I said, that's the idea of what this is going to be, so either way. At that point, I think I'll go as far as I can go, just to get a sense. Uh-oh. I was going to get off the ceiling. Yeah, because it's very tight quarters. So, like, yeah, it's useful to be on the ceiling this way. Okay, and I guess it's probably better to be on the ceiling, because, yeah, if he walks into my blasts, he's not going to live. Or I'll say, like, fine, use the Seeker. Fine, okay, this is the easy way. It's like, I'm nervous being on the ceiling lest I get myself sliced down, or that happens, or I'm able to avoid having that happen. Alright, so back we are again with the, crane robots. Oh. I'm gonna look back at that, because it looked like I just barely avoided getting hit by that. Actually, yeah, I don't think I even think I have to jump as long as I'm just staying on here. Yeah, that one doesn't know what to do with himself, but it's either way. Yeah, just hold that B button down and let him, just slide around, wondering, like, yeah, what am I fighting for? It's like, yeah, nothing now. Alright, if nothing else, though, I think I'm really understanding how the train's running. Oh, shit! Yes, I had to say it on my fucking mouth, but, like, fine. Yeah, you know what, that's fine. Oh, I still have this, so that's good. Alright, good. I don't need the Seeker, because I'll get it on the next level anyway. Ow, fuck. Okay, yeah, this is also what's going on as well. It's like, I'm surprised I haven't been more profane playing this game just because of how that's been, like... Fine, in that case, I just didn't care, honestly. You know what, fine, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Just because of this. Because I am practicing, it doesn't matter. I gotta get up to that point. I'm not gonna let myself lose this anymore. I'm basically just gonna stop, shoot that, jump up, and there we go. Okay, so yeah, fine. It didn't count. But yeah, when I'm it's just for practice purposes. For actual playing this, no, I'm not gonna do that. By then, oh, fine, again. Yes, I shouldn't stay right underneath that. Yeah, it's interesting. I did it flawlessly as far as earlier, as far as avoiding him hitting into the ground, but now I'm at this point, it's like, fine. I guess because I want to get to that next part, and I kind of just forget other things. So that's why I'm saying the idea that, hey, you know, I have to memorize basically this entire game and know everything about it, and then be able to adjust when it comes to that point. It's like, yeah, remember I gotta do this. But either way, as I said, I'm liking how this is going, and I do get the sense I'm getting better. I've been doing practice already, but I said, you know, for this game especially, I owe this one a practice or a preview program. I said, I liked how this went for Game Dev Tycoon, so I think, in some ways, I think I could rationalize this for other games that we might want to play, or other things that I'll be able to do for that I think might necessitate it. There's really difficult stuff. But also, as I said, also for tech reasons. I mean, as I said, because I technically have to stream a show in order to check the HD60X. Hopefully it's not giving me trouble. If it is, though, I'm probably going to do another one just because. I'm going to say, like, hey, you know, I got to check this because I got to get that figured out by October. And as I said, the only reason I'm doing that is because if I have stuff that's going to run a higher graphical fidelity, or has a higher graphical fidelity and run a higher frame rate, I want to do that. Actually, I will, actually, ElecVerse to you. I don't know if I actually indicated this. When we ran Kingdom Hearts, I used the Xbox One version, as I mentioned, when we played that, and he's dead, so that's good. But when I did that, I realized the video ran at 30 frames per second on the recording, even though it runs at 60 FPS on Xbox One and on PS4 and PC. But now that I have more advanced tech, it's like, hey, if I were to run that game again, say, it would run at 60 on this card I'm running. So basically, I want to make sure for anything where it's going to be that and it's going to be affected by the capture device, then it will do it. I mean, this is an older enough game, so it's not affected. Also, I gotta remember, toss this down. But sometimes it is earlier stuff that is affected. As I mentioned, Tekken 3 is like, I said Tekken 3 is going to be fine running the old card, but like, no, it wasn't. It needed to have, this one. As far as seeing that 60 frames per second. Like, I was not going to let that thing stutter. So, like, okay, when it comes to stuff like that, I'm going to make sure of that, and that's why I bought this device, specifically. But I said, apparently it has a lot of problems, and I think Elgato knows it. So I've been banging my head against the wall to try and make that set. I also updated the firmware on this thing after we did that res show about a month ago. So I said, alright, fine. Okay, no, stop that. Actually, honestly, I think what I need to do here is basically focus on one of the arms, or one of the tentacles, or one of the spikes, I guess. Except now I'm not gonna do that. Fine, I'll... Wait, I was firing, it didn't look like it was doing anything. Okay, and I'm too low to duck underneath that. Okay. Alright. I do have full set of continue. Actually, no, maybe... I'm gonna run Ray, because he does have the, he has the spread gun, so maybe that'll be of help here. That's the other thing. I gotta... Because I mean, look, I've been running Sheena most of the time just because, like, hey, I'm used to what her weapon set is. But I think I gotta get used to the other weapon sets and get a sense of what am I doing for everything else. Okay, fine. That's his C shots. So I don't have the spread gun here. That's his C weapon. But it's insanely rapid fire I'm seeing. It's like rapid missiles. Alright, fine. Now, Dad Joe, you gotta go down. But, you know, maybe just shooting everything in line just makes sense. It's like, hey, you know, I can survive. He's doing damage and surviving, which I guess is really the challenge here. Or doing that, fine, okay. I guess close enough to do the slide through. Also because it does speed up and slow down at short intervals. Ah, crap. He's going insanely slowly, so I can maybe hit that off. Okay, so fine, I got one of them. Pull up that one, so at least I can get rid of... Okay, I got rid of all of them except one. Except now I'm gonna die here. This is going to be my challenge for the next couple of months, which is making sure I can get through this part of it without a hitch. I mean, I got him in a good place, like, I'm living, it's just that it's taking a while. Okay, got him that way, but I don't think I'm done. In fact, I know I'm not done, because... Fine, he's splitting. Okay, so, okay, maybe not. So, like, he splits... And he comes down the ground, and I guess he's vulnerable? Sorta, kind of. Yeah, just use what I got, I think... Okay, so I think he's just going faster, so it's like that, it's like the part of the Neumann Cascade battles, like, hey, as I hit him more, he'll just do that faster, basically instantly, and I got him. Flashing light warning, most likely. Or slow down, like, hi, gotcha. Alright, give up, Deadeye Joe. Ugh. Okay, so here's where the Colonel comes in now. Like, I don't have time for his like him, so he crushes him to death. So, fine. Colonel kills him instead. The other way, we killed him, but, Colonel's saying, like, yeah, he's not of much use to me. Alright, we're in the top 4 for the ultimate battle. Alright. I think I should drop down here, so I... You know what, this is early enough in the game I'm putting here as well. Because yeah, I can beat level 1 no problem and get that selection, so fine, I'm doing it that way. Alright, let's see what's going on here. They said maybe the top. Okay, so in this case, yeah, the doctor didn't die. Yeah, you should see the damage research done. Oh, fine, he did die anyway. And there's Edwack. Hi, Edwack. Welcome to the show. He's playing Fire Emblem Engage. Oh, right. And now, okay, fine. Yeah, what was the name? The Doctor is now one of these dudes, and he's doing that shit. Yeah, Edwack has been playing that game for the past couple of days. Actually showing his... Actually, I gotta see one other thing as far as... He's showing skill as far as Fire Emblem Engage. At some point, we gotta do something Fire Emblem. But anyway... Okay, fine, because... Alright, fine. The pads are not active hitboxes. I thought they were for some reason. But fine, when he does that, he'll go across... Fine, he'll shoot the orb across the way. No, he'll go on. It's like a spider web. Fine, at this point, yeah, it doesn't matter who I run right now. Let's run Sheena. Okay, so fine. Either way, yeah, the Doctor's not getting out of this alive. And so when we also play this fully, I also get an understanding of what's the canonical... Or if there even is a canonical ending to this, or is like... Ah, crap. Yeah, because as I said, I'm not an expert on the story lore of Contra. As I said, the only reason I even tie in Contra III to this one is because it says, like, Alien Wars. Like, wait, that's the subtitle of that game. So that's how I know. Whoa. I guess whenever we get to Contra III, when we see that, I take it you do want to see it on Super Nintendo, I'd assume yes, as opposed to on Game Boy Advance, because it is on Game Boy Advance. I don't remember if it had extra stuff on Game Boy Advance compared to it on the Super Nintendo. But either way. I guess one of the Contra games specifically, of which there's everything I have in the Contra Anniversary Collection. I believe the Medics was mentioning he loves Shattered Soldier on the PlayStation 2. I don't have that, but I'll float that to him tomorrow. I was like, hey, what other stuff does he want to call dibs on that he hasn't already? Which basically, of what he has already, I'll reiterate this again tomorrow. Ow! Our Streets of Rage 3. I'm gonna float to him if he wants to do that in March, because that's gonna be the 30th anniversary of that game. And we basically celebrate the 30th anniversaries for all the other ones. We may as well do it on 3 as well. And then I know this is also gonna be we have to figure what the logistics of this is gonna be. Him and the Crusader Nerd want to do, or him and the Crusader Nerd 64 specifically, they want to do Olivia 2 Rise of the Sinistrals from Super Nintendo at some point. I don't know when we're gonna do that, and I know that's gonna be a bit of a juggle case. But I know those are things he said he would want to be involved in. So, yeah, those are his. And the one is also Crusader 64 because he loves Olivia. But he loves both. Yeah, he loves all the Olivia games. But he especially loves that second one. And as I mentioned, or they mentioned, the reason we do the second one instead of the first one is that the second one is actually the prequel to the original. So, canonically speaking, technically 2 comes before 1. And I guess for the purpose of that, it's also a case of, fine, we're willing to do that for playing that game. Although, actually, fine, we sort of did the same thing with, actually, no, we didn't do the same thing with, Shadow Hearts, because Shadow Hearts did have a game before Kodelka that was, that did come out before, whereas Olivia 2 came out after, I don't remember what the name of the first one is, specifically. I wish, Crusader 64 was here to tell me. He's like, what's the name of the first one? In my case, my only experience with the Olivia games is, what was it? As on my last continue. It's, Olivia the Legend Returns, which is on Game Boy Color. Which I have on I have downloaded on 3DS, which would easily be the best way to show it, only because it costs like $80, $90 on the Game Boy Color nowadays. Alright, fine. I gotta kill, the Doctor. Honestly, the hardest part of that is basically just being able to avoid his orb. Oh, yeah, because the one will go in one direction, then go another, and the orbs will go all out. Ah, crap. Okay, well, at least that's my first hit here. crap. Alright, so yeah, we'll see what I can do on this one. Yeah, score of 0, although it's because, you don't get points unless you kill a boss. Or fine, you kill the boss, or you kill an enemy, so... Oh, right, it was here. I was like, which save state am I using? It's this one. Okay. Now there's something, at least I can use this, and hopefully it'll help. Alright, fine, I'll try this again. Maybe the grenade shot will help. In this case, it is to avoid the orbs. Especially those. Ah, crap. I was like, yeah, slid out of the way, and then I got up and touched it. Oh, wow. Okay, so yeah, it's more of a spread. I was like, maybe it's the idea, like, hey, just avoid that until he starts doing this. There's also a case that, yeah, it's gonna take longer. So yeah, there's always, I guess, a little bit of a Faustian bargain. The idea is like, hey, I can kill him faster, but I put myself in more danger if I do. Or I can be safe, but it's gonna take longer. Not that time matters, because you don't have a time limit in this game. It's worth pointing out. Also, I'm gonna try... Let's run Fang. Because we haven't seen much of him tonight. Yeah, honestly, at this point, yeah, you know, maybe I just shouldn't care about this. Yeah, just dodge out of the way. I'll do that. Except I'll slide into that. Okay, fine. Fine, if he walks into my bullets, that's fine. Alright, fine. I hit the wall and you got myself hurt. And remember, in the Japanese version, you have a life bar here. So it makes it a lot easier, but you still have to bring a little bit of skill. But this is one of those things when I do beat a level, I feel so satisfied. Even though it's like, yeah, it's like banging your head against a brick wall. Say he's taking a lot of damage, so he's like, yeah, can I get him? Whoa! Oh shit, because they linger. That's what's happening there. Like, wait, what's going on? The shots when he shoots out the shoots them out in all the directions, it will linger. Okay, so okay, let's see if maybe Brownie will help. I mean, he's smaller. He's a smaller target. So maybe that'll help a little bit. Alright, yeah, I want to see the end of this part at least. No, but I don't want to have shot 2 on. Okay, yeah, in that case, yeah, I should have just slid out of the way. Oh, no, because it stays on the ground, so fine, I'm gonna rewind again. Oh, fortunately, yeah, he stopped right there, so that's something I couldn't avoid. Okay, so it stays on screen until he shoots out the other one. So basically, there he goes, and just basically avoid it until... Yeah, basically avoid the 8 shots he shoots out anywhere they are until he shoots out the single. Ah, crap. Yeah, sorry to hear about your sister-in-law, ElecVerse, says Dolphin. No, I get that as well. So that's the idea also I think has been interesting with the shows, that, you know, the idea like, hey, you know, the idea of the community that we built here, and I really like that that's happened, and also that all of you have helped make it that way, you know? It's like, hey, when something happens that way, like, yeah, we're carrying that way, we want to see what that is. And, yo, we'll balance the idea of like, hey, the fun of the game we're playing, or Mike is the struggle, but also the idea that, hey, you know, what that's all about. Like, as I said, it's really, I guess, about, you know, there's the show My Life in Gaming. I mean, this is our lives in gaming, if you really put it that way. They're like, fine, we have a name that's not going to be giving a case that, hey, we're taking off somebody else. But that's the idea. It's like, and I give that as well. It's like, I was looking at that sense, like, hey, when I've had cases of that, I know that all of you, if I were to have something really horrible happen to me specifically, differently that I hadn't maybe already mentioned, perhaps, I'm pretty sure all of you out there would also be sending me that, you know, support as well. So, like, that's that idea. Like, we always send in that support. Ow, shit. So I do like that that's been that idea as well, you know? Ow, crap. Yeah, but if Sheena's not having a good time... Yeah, I'm not having a good time with Sheena. You know what? Honestly, I think it's a placebo effect, but I think Fang has been doing me the best here. Honestly. Yeah, the only problem is also I don't have any power-ups, so this is just making this go longer. But nothing else, I guess we're seeing the struggle full force of what it's gonna be. Okay, I was close. I was just barely touching that orb. Jesus. I don't know how I didn't get hit there. But I'll take it. Oh! Okay, yeah, in that case you did. Also, when I shoot him, he goes faster, so like, alright, that's fine. Oh. Yeah, he's right, it's payback time. We do need to... Crap. Okay, that's the other thing. You do get stuck on the walls. Because you grab on them. It's by design that way. And that's my last life. Okay. I gotta get past at least this. You know what, fine. We'll yeah, just keep reloading this. And we'll see what's going on. That's also why this is a discussion program. It's like, hey, you know, it's the same deal as far as it's... So... as I said, it's going to be repetitive what you're seeing, but the discussions will not, and we're going into will not, and that's the idea. And I love that that's what that is. And I want to thank all of you out there in chat, by the way, for making it that way. And making your community as far as the show. And something, as I said, I love to do the show, for sure. I love what it's become. This is why I'll do games like this, or anything that you want to see. This is also why I'll practice this game months before we do it. It's also why I'm giving you 2 shows this week. That's the idea, for that very reason. Also, because it'll be a case where I'm not, you know... I'm not too busy or unable to do shows this way, so I said, like, fine. I'll spend a Friday night as far as this is doing. Ah, crap. Alright, so... Yeah, I'll keep running Sheena. It's like, I'll always beat this. This is gonna be my, challenge here. It's like, as long as I can beat... I can't end the stream until I beat this. Not that I'm gonna end it right when I beat this, but I will, make sure I actually beat this damn boss. Because I'll have to practice eventually anyway, so if nothing else, I can at least see then all the failed attempts I had, what did I finally do to make it go right? Even though I think I kind of explained what it was, which is that, fine, what I was doing, what I have to do. It's fine, because me explaining what it is, or anybody explaining what it is one thing, actually doing is something else. Ah, crap. Oh, man. Alright. But hey, it's like, it could be worse. This could have been the actual play of this game, and I probably would not be able to forgive myself if this was what the play of the game was going to be like. Like, hey, you know, I wasn't prepared for this. That's why I'll prepare for it. Yeah, I know. The damages research has done has been the case that I've been at this boss for a long time. So, either way. So, okay, fine. I guess this is where the really good ending is, because this is where... Because this is the harder of the ones we had. Or maybe I'm just more used to the way that it went for the Colonel, when I fought him anyway, the last time I fought him. Ah, crap. Yeah, let's rock and let's kill this thing. I'm sorry. He needs to die. I got him. Thank God. Oh, so much so that, like, yeah, I disappeared for a second. And I'm, fine. I'm absolutely saving here. Or there. Okay, that's one part. So, oh, and there's weapons, thank God. Okay, A and B, awesome. So, upgrade of A. Alright, so this is what happens when you go Colonel the other way. I'm shocked you made it this far, so am I. Seems you're too late, my plans have been realized. Join my spirit with the corporeal qualities of the alien, and in the process create the ultimate super being. Alright. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, I think I might have practiced in the Japanese version. Right, because he has a countdown, and then what'll happen is that he'll do the dash forward. Actually, I'll say this also. When I continue, do I have to fight, what's his name again? No, I don't, thank God. At first I was like, do I have to fight the doctor again? But thank God I don't. Okay, so, now I'll remember the idea of this is going to be that, yeah, he does the dash. So when that counter goes down, slide. Alright. Those will also be a good test case for the tech again, going back to that. 3, 2, 1, dash! He jumps and he throws it down there. Okay. So it's not a hard pattern, just they have to get down. Oh wait, and then he'll do the not Hadoken. And anyway, I don't think he's shooting. He'll only shoot on the other end of the screen. Except now he'll do this. Too much power, can't maintain. Look at the graphics getting wavy. Because technically he was easier than the other thing, but also I was better prepared because of weapons I had. Oh boy, right. Okay, I think I did do this in the Japanese version, but it's so damn long I don't remember. Right, because now he has the, Jesus Christ, look at how insane this is. Okay, he'll bounce to each side, and then the other head will do one thing. The other thing brings down the molecules. Hey, right, he does this. Okay, I remember seeing this. Okay, so I've done this before, okay? Yeah, so I guess I did do this part. Now it's all coming back. This was the part I remembered. Okay, so Form 1, I know what I'm doing. Form 2, I also sort of know what I'm doing, but I gotta live. I'm shocked you made it this far, but you're too late. Okay. Shit, I jumped too early. As soon as I made that jump, I said, you know, I think I'm too early. I do love the music here as far as just the high-octane energy. Oh. Okay, there he is in the middle. Okay. In this case, I just want a normal shot. Can I hit him with this thing from the distances I have? Okay, there we go. He snakes his head around. I think he will... Okay, he'll snake it around in a specific position or a specific pattern. No, he'll follow me. That's what we'll do. Never mind. And that is my last life, so let me load that back up. Yeah, I want to see if I can do this, and then at that point, I think that probably will be all I have on this. Because I think one of the final bosses is hidden. I don't think it's this. Actually, I think I did beat this at some point for my practice. And as I said, I'll look into that, and we'll have that full look when we play this in a few months. Ah, crap. I was not in the way. No, you know what? Fine. I don't want to have to do this too much more, so you know what? I'm gonna cheat again. Fine. I'm cheating to keep myself alive. But it's like, I still have to do this shit. So it's like, yeah, you know, it's not that unfair. It's like, you know, I might be going backwards, but I still have to eventually do it. So it's not like changing too much. Alright, so there we go. Too much power. In this case, I guess stay on this side. This thing, I gotta make sure I can avoid or snake him around. Fine. Okay. I do have 2 continues. I will get that back. That, you know, I think what I'm gonna also do is that after I beat the first form, I'm gonna have a save on that. So I can get a sense. So, like, yeah, I kind of like this way of practicing, honestly. It's like, hey, you know, at least it's... the training wheel's on. It's like learning to ride a bike. It's like, hey, you don't usually ride it with just 2 wheels. Okay, so yeah, we saw that. If I can kill him without any problems, which I think I can now. But yeah, basically at that point, for the fireball, the not Hadoken, basically wait till you see the, yeah, when the energy gets to him, then, jump. Okay, got him. Alright, so, right there. Yeah, too much power. Alright, let's see what we can do on this form. The thing is, I'm so far that I was okay, fine, I did get hit by that. But fine, this, I have to, okay, okay, right, because I have to slide into him. Okay, now I remember what I have to do for that. Okay, so I should be fine. And I'll alternate between these forms. I think he'll do the same thing when he's on the left like that. He'll knock down the molecules. I have to get myself out of the way of them. So, alright, fine. It's do that, get over here, jump, and slide underneath. Okay, so there you go. I basically fake him out so that he can do that, and then on the way back, hit him. And make sure, remember, he comes back to the middle, and then just slide underneath to get on the left side. Or on the, yeah, on the left side. Just watch where these are, make sure he's not too close. Oh, whoa, that's close. Oh shit, did I get him? Oh, right, I forgot there's one last form. Yeah, I'm putting that down now. That being said, if I die here, I have to go through everything I just did all over again. Right, I forgot. Yeah, slide underneath it when you have the distance to do so. Because it'll keep expanding his heads out like that. Whoa. Jesus. Yeah, he'll do it enough, so like, hey, as long as I go to the other side, I can slide out when he does that. So, when I just keep this up, I should be okay. It's just that, yeah, I'm feeling the pressure now. Now, with so little screen real estate to work from, you're thinking, oh shit, what's gonna happen if I mess this up? Oh, is that it? I think I got... Okay, I got him. Is that it? Whew. Yeah, that's it. Oh, thank God. Alright, so that is the ending there, but I know there's another boss, so okay. Alright, so if that's the other way we can go. Although maybe it is different if I go to the research facility. But alright, fine. Okay, so I did do this. Never mind, I remember this, because this is the ending I got the other way. So I guess maybe I do need to make the choice of going to the research center, because if we go to the research center, like Dolphin, you said you wanted the first time we looked at this a couple months ago, they get away with the alien cell, and then you go to the junkyard. But I guess then I'll have to look at that, see if does that change what the trajectory of the ending is, because there's another boss I think that is an alternate thing. So I'll have to look into that. I'll have to see what that's about, honestly. So, yeah, I think then in that case, I think this probably is going to be the end of this for the preview program for Contra Hard Corps, I think. Because I said, I could look up what those other endings are, but it's also a case of, yeah, you know what, fine. I probably shouldn't, just because at that point I'll have something unique for when we play this in a couple months. Oh, well, fine. Unique in the sense that I'm not going to be doing that shit constantly as far as, you know, doing rewinds and save stating, although I will for the purpose of showing off all the paths. Including the one that, as I said, we showed before, so I didn't show it this time. So if that has a factor on running the ending, I'll do that, or maybe if a character has a reason for that, like, hey, you pick a certain character, that's what causes that ending to go, but I don't know if that's the case. But I said, I'll look into that, and as I said, we'll play this game fully on September 30th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, see you next mission. So I think that is going to be our next mission for Contra Hard Corps, but as I said, that is our practice program. As I said, I like that we do these. I like that this happens this way. Like, hey, you know, I get a sense of what some of the games are running like for it, as there's the final score for this. But yeah, as I said, I'm glad to have done this. I'm glad that, you know, I'm given this perspective. I'm looking forward to playing this game even more. It's like, hey, if nothing else, like, hey, if you think like, we show the game once and that's it. Well, not always. We've had cases where there's been showcased and we show it again or something like that. But something like this, like, you know, give you a little bit of a taste. What are we dealing with? Fine, I guess I'm showing you a lot of what this game already has to offer with certain stuff. So it's almost like, I guess, a play of this game before actual, in which case then I'll also go into information on background of the game, story, idea of making. We'll celebrate stuff with music and the creative people, what else they've worked on, all that stuff for it. So, yeah, I think in that case, actually, you know what? I think what I might do, just because I don't know if I'm going to show this off when we play this fully. I'm going to go home. I'm going to load up the Mega Drive, the Japanese app for this. So, where is that? That is down here. So, fine. If I've already put up, now, with that one collection, 9 hours worth into, Contra Hard Corps for the US version, what about that Japanese version, which is... where is it? Okay, yeah, because they named something different. There's Vampire Killer. Europe has another name. This is called Probotector. Going next to right here. It's Contra the Hard Corps, I think is what it's called. So this is the... Oh, I forgot. That's the alternate icons. So fine, I'm going to briefly show the Japanese version to show a little bit of difference. I'll show the first level specifically. Also show one other thing, which is that... No, okay, that's the same, never mind. Well, okay, that's the same. Okay, they do still have a lot of it in English, though. But then the story is in Japanese. I was like, yeah, what's going on here when I first played it? Running this version. Yeah, because you're seeing what's underneath my shot 1 icon. Oh, right, that's a life bar. Let me show you that. And actually, fine, for completion's sake, I'm gonna load up the Contra collection. Yeah, like right there, I got hit once. Yeah, guess what I didn't do? I didn't die. So, like, yeah, the Japanese version has a life bar. So, it's like, yeah, it's way easier for that reason. So, you can take 3 hits before you die. Now I die. Yeah, in the US version, that was a game over by that point. But Japan, no. The game itself is basically the same. As far as how it's operating. No, fine, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll run the first level of this one, and then I'm going to load up the Contra Anniversary Collection. I'll show up the European version. Because that's also different, because weirdly enough, Europe, I don't know if they necessarily had a problem with Contra, or maybe there was a licensing case with name, because I know that sometimes happens. We mentioned that with Dragon Quest. It was Dragon Warrior in the US because there was a licensing thing initially. Star Fox was called Star Wing, because there was another licensing element for Europe. And actually, even to the point where, shit, oh, okay, fine, I have a life bar, it doesn't matter right now. Lila Wars is the name of Star Fox 64 over there, as an example. So I think with Contra, that was the idea. Oh, right, as I said, I'll show it off, because as I said, I have the collection on this system. So I was like, okay, fine. This is your one-stop shop of all the looks at Contra Hard Corps. So I was like, fine, we'll play the US version explicitly as far as the full show. But if nothing else for this preview program, like, fine. I'll give you a preview of what the other parts of the world were like for Contra Hard Corps. So yeah, we've seen this boss a couple times, seen this level a couple times, like, how's it really different? Not much, except for the fact of that life bar, which is pretty nice. Like, hey, if you're not sure about your skill on this game, either boot up the Switch Online expansion pack for the Japanese side if you have it, or you can also use the Contra Anniversary Collection because it does have the Japanese version of it in it, but that also is the European version. None of the Switch Online apps for Genesis have the European version. At least not for this game. There's other stuff that they do. They have it for Beyond Oasis, they have it for Crusader of Senti, they have it for Landstalker now. Yeah, like, I didn't know what this initially said. Like, fine, there is a monster inside of that, or there's a robot. Not a robot, there's a person inside of that. So same deal as before. Okay, fine. I died at that point because I got hit a couple times. Like, I'm so used to just being hit once. Like, fine, no, I just died. Like, no, I actually have a life bar. So it does kind of change the thought of how you play this. Not just, I mean, I guess you could be more reckless when you really think about it. Those are the fact that, alright, fine, there he is. So yeah, now we know who this is. When I first played this, it was like, I don't know, like, I don't know. I'm trying to remember what the narrative I came up with on this was, but that's that idea. And same deal, you do have your selections as far as what they are, to where to go. And, you know, I'll let the thing play. Oh, wait, no, I don't want to sleep mode. No, I don't want to sleep mode on my Switch. If I do that, the stream goes down, so I'm not doing that. Alright, fine, last thing I'll show. And I'm looking at a little bit of a disadvantage running it with this controller. This is the Contra Anniversary Collection. This is also on the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC. And if you have PS5, Xbox Series S and X, the PlayStation Edition works on the PS5, and then the Xbox One goes on those systems as well. I bought on the Switch because it's on sale, specifically also for the Contra games that are in this that are not in the other one. In fact, you know what? Bye-bye Genesis controller. We're using the Pro controller. Yeah, you served us well, and we'll use that for the purpose that, yeah, in this collection you get Contra, Super Contra, the two from the arcade, you get the NES Contra, you get, alright, so they have it set up here, that's the Japanese version of Contra for Famicom, there's Super C, the sequel on NES, Contra 3, the Alien Wars, as we mentioned, Operation C, there's Contra Hard Corps, as we know. Okay, fine, alright, here's the story, I guess let's give us elements of this. Okay, so this is 5 years after the second one, or after Contra 3, I should say, Alien Wars. 5 years passed since this, mankind's in turmoil. Actually, I think, ElecVerse, you mentioned this, we were talking about Christmas games. I think you said this is one that was set at Christmas. Yeah, you're right. So, okay, this is a Christmas game, apparently. I was not aware of that. And nothing we really saw gave much of an explicit indication, but alright, fine. it was Christmas time, so fitting we did Contra Hard Corps back in December as far as the first, very first look at it. Yeah, so there you go. Someone's been hacking the city's systems. The Contra Hard Corps heads are deployed to destroy the memory machines, but it's only the tip of the iceberg to uncover enormous conspiracy. Okay. And you also get, okay, no, this is Super Probotector Alien Rebels. This is the European version of Contra 3. So yeah, it's totally different, and you have different characters, and then here's, Probotector, which is, Contra Hard Corps for Europe, I should say. In this case, the mother computer controlling the city's system was hacked, and there's a bonus book. You have, stuff as far as, information of, history of the franchise. Bonus Japanese versions, redo Japanese versions of Contra Arcade, Super Contra Arcade, Super C, Japanese, Contra 3 Japanese, Operation C, which is the Game Boy game, and then Contra the Hard Corps, which is, the Japanese one just showed. Let's take a look at Probotector then. And you can play it at 50 to 60 hertz. They give you an option, so like, hey, you know, back in Europe, it ran at 50 hertz, if you want to see how it ran that way. Okay, the game will play at the same speed if you play Turbo as the Japanese version, but each version uses their own different save data, so fine, here's the European version. So I'll briefly show the first level of the European version of this. So like, yeah, we'll have a full look at Contra Hard Corps, and then we'll play the US version specifically, and then here is the setup for that. One thing I do want to do is I want to hit the L button, or the ZL button. You have options of frames and things. You have display of original look, pixel perfect look, 16:9, you must stretch it. Actually no. And put scan lines on if you so desire. You know, I'll run the pixel perfect, honestly. Unfortunately, you can't really frame it, more than that. You can put frame that way, but like run black away. There we go. So, okay, fine. Brownie's the same. So yeah, in Europe it was this. It was not, Contra Hard Corps. Also, your selection of language. You can play it in German, English, and French. Actually, you know what? Let's play it in English. And then live stuff. I think you still have a life bar on this, I think. Actually, wait, one thing I do want to do, actually going back into that, is I want to go in options. So I'm using a different controller. And don't hit start on the options menu. You have to hit the A button for this, or what the C button would be. Because basically for the Genesis setup, Y being A or A being C, respectively. So I want to change that. I want to change my shot to A, my jump to B, and my select to C. So that means that for the purpose of the Pro Controller, jump is B, Y is shoot, and then A is select, and that's that. Oh, okay, so let's take a look at what Europe had for this. So yeah, instead of there's Brownie still. Okay, they still have the same voices, but that's CX1. Okay, so yeah, this looks a lot different, so it's the robot elements. On their own rampage of the city, proceed the area's speed and restore the order. Actually, it looks the same. Kinda. So yeah, fine. We're not people, I guess, is the idea. Well, actually, yeah, unlike the Japanese version, I think this one you die in one hit as well. Fine, we'll put that to the test in just a second. Somehow I'm living through that. Okay. Okay, so yeah, it is the same. It's just that, fine, they're not people anymore. They're robots. And, fine, except Brownie. Brownie's still there. So that didn't change. He's still in place. I think he still plays the same. I said, I'll look into the story of, like, why that was, as far as this entire franchise, mostly. Okay, okay, actually, also, because I'm running this now, I can actually... Shit, alright, fine, it is one to kill, alright. So, fine, also, for this, yeah, I hit the X button for this. Yeah, you can go into shot 1 and 2 mode, regularly. So, yeah, if you have a 6-button controller for Genesis, you can do it that way, or if you have, this controller running on any of the versions I show you tonight, you can do that too. So, yeah, the European version is not going to cut you more slack, really, because it's still a one-hit-kill case the same way that the US version is. So, yeah, US and Europe was harder for us. Japan had a life bar. We did not. I don't know how Contra or Hard Corps Uprising doesn't have the Contra name. I don't know why it doesn't have the Contra name. I call it Contra Hard Corps Uprising, which is a sequel to this. Although, given stylistically how it is, it's kind of a surprise. Like, I'll find out more as far as the lore for that as we get to the full show. But yeah, here we go, fighting this boss again. So yeah, he looks familiar. Yeah, it is still the same great game. It's just definitely different as far as the regional changes. Fine, there's my spread fire. So I was like, yeah, I do want to run spread fire. Or make sure I make this jump and then switch to spread fire. There we go. Okay. Yeah, same case the flash. Oh, yeah, it looks a little green as far as myself. Alright, let's see also what they say. Okay, so fine, there's no story there. It's like, hey, it says like there's somebody inside of that thing. It's like, yeah, there isn't in this version, because remember, it's all robots, but yeah, so if we had Dead-Eye Joe in the English or the US and Japanese versions, what do we have in the European version? I honestly don't even know. Not that I necessarily played this game much European-wise, but I don't even think I necessarily looked into like, okay, what's this difference? Alrighty. But the fight still is the same. Yeah, and same deal as before. Also, if you get hit and die, your powers are gone, or your weapon you're holding is gone, and you die in one shot. Alright, so he's dead. Oh wait, there's a robot inside of it still. Okay, what are you? Why don't you come here and find out? Okay, so it's more minimalistic than the US version. As far as this, like, we don't know who Dead-Eye Joe is. It's not Dead-Eye Joe in this. Dr. Geo Mandrake's at the research center. We're under attack by a group of aliens. Come and help. And instead of damn, he says blast. Okay, so... But still same idea. Go after the alien commander, so it's not Dead-Eye Joe. Or go to the research center. And, yeah, so that's that idea. Okay, actually, one thing I'm gonna do... I want to exit this. I want to look at one last thing for this, because we're looking at this specifically. Let's look at how this ran at 50 hertz, just cuz. Also, I'm going to change the display again to... Oh, wait, it is on Pixel Perfect. Never mind. Because I want to see, like, what did this run like for Europe? Because remember, because of power standards of Europe back in the 80s, 90s, a lot of stuff on consoles look differently. Although, yeah, this looks a bit smaller the way it's set. You know what? Fine, I want to see something. Okay, first things first, change my controls to do that. That's fine. I'm also going to change the lookout again. Display. Okay, fine. In this case, alright, fine. That's weird. Yeah, the Pixel Perfect mode was bigger for the 60 hertz mode. But for the 50 hertz mode, it's not. Okay, so something to do with that emulation for that. Alright, fine. Let's also see... Oh, fine. CX1, 2, 3, and I guess Brownie. Okay, yeah, it looks smaller now as far as the screen output, so that's bizarre. Fine, you know what? Alright, fine. I'm gonna put that back to the Pixel Perfect. I just want to see that. Okay, fine. It looks like they boarded this thing a bit differently compared to the US. Alright. Okay, yeah, look at that. Also, it's running way slower. I remember, in Europe, games ran this slow. Although, for this game, honestly, maybe that's better. Maybe that makes it easier. Because, like, hey, you know, I'm running through this, and I don't have to deal with... Not go too rapid, but it was like, fine, even with that, I'm getting my ass killed. And you know what, fine, I do want to try and show that last boss, or the... You know, fine, we'll go through the whole level again, why not? I mean, look, we've shown this level, in total about, so far... This will be the 5th time we've shown this level, no, the 6th, when we, do the full play of this in a few months. Okay, so they boarded this differently as well. Like, as I said, it's a power thing. It's as far as European, like the PAL standard was. Nowadays, it isn't this, and people are like, yeah, you know, thank God for that. But like, growing up in the US, I didn't know that was how it was. Although it wasn't always that way for everything. Because on portables, that never was a problem ever. But on consoles, it was. It's one honestly is that I was totally oblivious to. Usually it's like, hey, it seems like it's going slower. I guess they give you that option, so like, hey, you played it before, see what it's like, but then when you play it with the other mode, the way it should be going, it's like, yeah, you know, there's no going back. Cause yeah, look at this, like, it does take a bit longer for our favorite robot buddy to come in here and shoot the laser. Yeah, even then it's like, yeah, it looks a bit pokier. And also the screen resolution, so it must be something with the screen resolution on top of that. So, like, not only is it a power thing as far as the hertz that it ran, but also just the way that it was set for European displays. Okay, it still goes down specifically easily, but it's also a case of, yeah, it's just bizarre. Oh, okay, fine. At least I showed off the other things of, not Fang here. He's the fist, that's his B weapon, and his C weapon is a flamethrower. So yeah, it's like the flame thing of Gunstar Heroes again. Alright, so fine. Let's burn this robot, and then that's going to be the end of our preview program, I think, for tonight. Unless there's anything else you want to see, chat, so feel free to indicate if you do. As I said, I'll be back tomorrow, so don't worry about that as far as more stuff for the show. As I will edit the show as well at some point, so I have this on record. As eventually I'll also have like a playlist of every indication we've run of Contra Hard Corps. The preview we did World of Illusion, and also the full play, which is, as I mentioned, September 30th, and I'll get to that again when I talk about end of show, and I guess tomorrow's show. We'll do schedule fully tomorrow night, but as I said, I'll mention just the idea of like when we're doing this game, because it's pertinent, and then I will also talk about tomorrow's show. It's a little easier to dodge this, like, yeah, you know, it could be helpful that way, even with the one-hit case, but... Okay, fine, not completely in that case. Fine, let's get the bomb out. Alright, fine, he's dead. Alright, so yeah, less of that. It also runs slower. It's weird as far as how the screen is. Alright, what you do... Although it is interesting, I guess, the fact that it's kind of like a black bar like that. You can kind of see sort of the sky, but I don't think it really is that way. Just hit something. Alright, there you go. So there is your Contra look as far as what it is. And your preview program of Contra Hard Corps. As I mentioned, we are going to be playing this game fully on September 30th of 2023 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll be Saturday night show. And I had a good time doing the practice. Thank you again, ElecVerse, for the request of the game. As I said, we will definitely get to the game fully. I'm glad I was able to get this going. I was glad I was able to make your day. I'm sending my best to you and your family for sure. And Dolphin, you as well. Everybody out there in chat or YouTube land when you watch that uploaded there. Thank you. It was fun. It's like, hey, good start to the weekend. As I said, for our show, though, this weekend, it's not over yet. Like, usually I'll have a Friday show because, hey, I can't do a Saturday. And in August, when we'll talk schedule fully tomorrow night, there will be cases of that. Actually, I think September as well. That being said, I'll still give you the idea that, yes, for sure. As I said, there's more we got going tomorrow night. Because when I usually will just give you the one show as far as the week. It's like, yeah, I'm doing two of it. A good start to the weekend. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, explosive start to the weekend. Like, yeah, we had fireworks for 4th of July this past week. Fitting with Bomberman World from last week. Fine, I'm giving you more with Contra Hard Corps to start off. As I said, we'll have a full look. I will look into the information as far as the background of the game. I will see as far as the other endings, because I know there's more than 2. I'll practice the parts I need to practice. I think you saw what they are. I'll see if there's anything with the tech. Hopefully, we didn't have audio delays. If we did, I will see when I can do another preview program just to address the audio delays. And I'll pick something else out just to do as a random look. Maybe. Or maybe I'll just do a smorgasbord just because. I'll figure that eventually, though. But, yeah, thank you so much for watching Super Bowl Game Saturday for our Friday edition for our preview program. And we'll go full schedule for tomorrow night's show, because, yeah, tomorrow is that case. Till tomorrow, take care, everyone. Indeed, Dolphin, and tomorrow night's show is at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, by the way. Max is coming back. We're going to be playing we played Contra Hard Corps for now. We'll come back to that later. We're going to be finishing Parasite Eve for PlayStation. All we got to do now is we got to climb the 27 floors of the Chrysler Building that are left. We got a final boss that we have to fight. We have more maps we have to write out. So yeah, we got our pen and paper ready to go for those last couple floors. I'll be all set for that. Cool for Cats. Well played. Thank you, Dolly Finn. It's not easy. This is not going to be... This is just the preview. Is that I'll be in better shape more even than I was at parts of this tonight. But either way, I'm glad to be able to do this. Glad to be able to hang out and have a nice start to the weekend with everybody. And looking forward to tomorrow's show for sure for the finale of Parasite Eve. I'll see you tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Emetics for that program. And next week's show after that will be Saturday, specifically just to give an indication of that. But we'll go on that tomorrow night. But yeah, I'll see you tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the finale of Parasite Eve with Emetics. Thank you so much for watching Super Bowl Game Saturday. Bye, Dolly Finn. Bye, ElecVerse. Thank you so much for watching. Keep being awesome. Thank you for everything. Have a wonderful rest of your night. See you tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. Send my best out to everybody. And, yeah, have a wonderful night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.